evening, and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV show produced by Worthy Road Studios on the USJ High School Facebook page. I'm Seabass, your announcer for this evening. Chuck Walker will be your color commentator, George Tennyson on the sideline. This is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2022. Any rebroadcast, transmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Other high schools covered by the BallGame Blitz TV show are Jackson Christian, TCA, and Trenton Peabody. And those games are broadcast to each high school's Facebook page. We also broadcast all Union University home games for volleyball, basketball, soccer, softball, and baseball. All of our BallGame Blitz games are archived to the Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel. Again, I'm Seabass, and I'll be your play-by-play announcer for USJ games this year for a BallGame Blitz show on USJ High School Facebook page. Our director tonight is Paul Schulze. He's also our replay operator. Our producer is Stephanie Yonda. On cameras are Eric Inman and Stephen Childress. Our executive producer for all our schools and all other sports and events is Paul Schulze. Please support our advertisers who help make Worthy Road Studios TV show BallGame Blitz broadcast the high quality that they are. Without these advertisements, there would be no crews to bring you these broadcasts. Our advertisers include replay sponsor Carlock Nissan, pregame sponsor Brooksy's Barn. Scoreboard sponsor is Thompson & Smith Insurance. Touchdowns sponsor is Garrett Plumbing and Heating. First downs, Thompson & Smith Insurance. The field goals are brought to you by Nest Realty. Corner logo sponsors are Mitchell's Body Shop, Jones Chevrolet, and the Blacksmith Restaurant. Other advertisers are Tennessee National Guard, Aloha Pools, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furnishings and Appliances, Arrington Funeral Directors, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, and Lifestyle Vision. So there we have it. It feels like it's been a month and a half because we had the bye week last week for a fall break. But here we are, 2 weeks later after the big win over Fayette Academy. USJ 6-1 on the season, taking on 3-4 Trinity Christian, home of the Lions. It's time to bring in my color commentator, my man, my right-hand man, the one and only Chuck Walker. Chuck, first of all, we have a beautiful, look at this backdrop. What a beautiful night for high school football. Yeah,
really pretty. I'm glad that the sun has decided to go down a little bit earlier now. It's not blaring in our face like we had earlier in the season. So I appreciate that. And what a great looking, grass field. We've played, the past few weeks. Obviously, all the games at USJ are on turf. We've played on some other turf fields. But this is a great looking grass field, which I'm a very big fan of. It looks great tonight. White numbers outlined in black. It looks really nice, pops well. I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah, Coach Butler, man, he's done a great job with this program and taking care of this place. You're right, it is natural grass, but it's so nice. It almost looks like turf when you first walk in. And I remember when Lambeth was the final year of Lambeth football, they conference games, they'd had to have them somewhere here because they wouldn't let them host conference games because the stadium was so small. So they wouldn't let them host them here. So we had them here. Young man by the name of Janoris Jack Rabbit Jenkins was playing in that game here on this very field. There's been some great players on this field for both of these schools. And tonight in this region throwdown, USJ, not a lot to prove so far on the season. They've been as consistent as they could possibly be. But I got to ask you, Chuck, it was a fall break for everybody, so they all had the USJ had off, Jackson Christian had off, Trinity had off, but USJ was on such a roll. If you're the Bruins, for you now, the opportunity to get healthy is a huge deal. Tonight, Parker Barnes and Will Horton both dressed. We'll see what happens with their playing time. Both defensive backs have been out with various injuries, but both are dressed in warm-ups tonight. But they were rolling so well, and it seemed like nothing could stop them except maybe a bye week. My question is, do you expect them to pick right back up where they left off? Because for the last month and a half, they've been as good as anybody.
Well, you certainly hope so if you're a USJ fan. I don't think the way that this team has been playing since that Union City game, this looks like a completely different team. And I bet Union City's looking and thinking, wow, I'm really glad we played.
Boy, did we get the Bruins at the right time.
Did we not catch them at the right time? So I don't expect it. But, yeah, you're right. I thought that, too. It's like, man, the only thing that could happen would be a little rust. This is one of those games, though, where USJ was firing on all cylinders. You think about going back to that Jackson Christian game and how sharp they were in just every single facet of the game. But the good news about it is that they shouldn't be tested too many more times. The St. George game should be a big test for them. Tonight, I do know that they've got some explosive players for the Lions, but even if there are some things that you got to tweak, and you always hear coaches say, you're never satisfied, you always got to fix this, fix that. Even if there are some things to tweak, this is still the last 4 games of your season. This sets up well for the Bruins for what they're looking to do. So if they do need to knock a little rust off, this is the time to do it. Now, have a bye week and you go up against a team like Hardin County or like Jackson Christian, something like that. That may be a little bit different. But tonight, no, I expect USJ to remain crisp, and they're warming up really well.
The Bruins are decided favorites tonight. I don't think there's any question about that. They will be favorites when they go on the road next week to Cordova to take on St. George. A very athletic team with a fantastic quarterback and a monster running back. But they will be favored in that one, and they will certainly be favored 2 weeks from tonight, and will be back in Memphis as they'll take on Harding Academy to wrap up the regular season. Here's the way it works, though. If the Bruins hold serve, as we fully expect them to do, they're going to have a first-round bye. And the way the brackets are set up here, okay, we have the coach. Okay, so you had to let me know for that. We got Coach Michael Strapp. He's down with George Tennyson on the field. Let's go down to George and check in with head coach Michael Strapp.
We're here live at Lions Stadium here with head football coach, USJ, Coach Michael Strapp. Coach, welcome back after a week off.
Yeah, a couple weeks here.
Weeks.
Yeah, it's good to get back out here with the guys, and your concern right now for me is you've been off for a couple weeks, and getting these guys ready to play and getting them back focused.
Yeah, are they pretty honed in, ready to go in this inter-city rivalry again?
We've had a good week of practice, and so when again, it's how we execute and not turn the ball over. We came here 3 years ago, and we were down 21-7 at halftime. We turned the ball over 5 times. So we just got to do a little bit. We got to do a better job of this time around being here of protecting the football.
Me and Bass met before the game, and I told him, and he told me back that you'd have these kids ready to play.
Well, I mean, I hope they're ready to play. That's what we focus on as coaches. But at the end of the day, physicality wins, and that's what we want to be able to do is be the most physical team.
Yeah. Well, your kids and your coaches are bought in this program as well as the parents. Best of luck tonight. I know you're going to have them ready to go.
All right, George. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. We'll talk at halftime. Great job. Okay, back to you guys up top.
Thank you, George. Appreciate that. That's Coach Michael Strapp there on the sidelines getting ready for this big game tonight, this region game, about 21 minutes away. What we were talking about, Chuck, just a minute ago was that it's all in front of the Bruins here, as they will be decided favorites in these final 3 regular season games, which should result in a bye week in week number 1. But the way the brackets are set up this year, USJ, it looks like, would not have to leave Kirkland Field until the state championship game, should they get to that point.
That'd be, you know what? As someone who drives to these games, that'd be just fine with me. That would be just fine with me in the 346 gas or whatever.
And as somebody who simply just rides along
you'd be fine
to
with
the
that
games,
too.
I'm good
Because you have
with
to listen
wherever.
to my music.
You know what? Go Bruins.
Go Bruins. That's what I say.
You make a fairly solid point there. We're going to take this quick break, come back, and we are 20 minutes away from kickoff. We'll take a look at this matchup as well as some of the matchups around West Tennessee. There's a lot of teams around West Tennessee on fall break, as our schools here in Jackson were last week. This week is their turn. So we will take this quick break and come back to you live here from midfield at Trinity Christian Academy as we get you ready for USJ and TCA on Worthy Road Studios.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Gen Z is a stall generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Hey gang, Seabass here for the BallGame Blitz on WNWS.com. Brought to you by Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances. Kaufmans.com, 2845 Highway 45 Bypass. By King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive right here in Jackson. By Umpy's Homemade Chicken and Biscuits, 745 Old Hickory Boulevard. By Fullington Team at Keller Williams. FullingtonTeam.kw.com, 731-298-9722, and by Jackson Madison County School System. Choose us. Call 731-345-7011 for a tour. jmcss.org. Now, let's get right back to the action. Welcome back to Trinity Christian Academy here on the campus. We are here right at, deadgum straight up midfield, and we have, I don't know, Chuck, I think the best seats in the house. This is a great place to call a high school football game. We are about 17 minutes away from kickoff, USJ and Trinity Christian Academy. Let's talk a little bit about the Bruins because, and by the way, we want to send a shout out to all the folks watching at WNWS and, of course, on the USJ Facebook page, all courtesy of Worthy Road Studios. But let's talk about this Bruins football team and what we've seen through the first 7 games, Chuck. Now, I got to tell you, I have been so impressed over the last month and the level of consistency. We haven't seen a lot of penalties, not a lot of turnovers. They've been engaged in the game, totally focused, come in, get right after it, and they're just playing smart football. They're already very good and talented. Could beat you in a lot of ways, but frankly, they're just playing smart football.
They're good in every phase of the game, from special teams to defense to offense. And so when the season first started, you're like, oh, that's Jace Barksdale. He's just all over the field. And he is. He's as good as everything you hear. But there are so many other. Kevin Finch has really just blown me away.
3 200-yard games basically in the last month.
How dominant he is. And even more so than those 200-yard gains. He had like 4 and 5 30-yard chunk runs at a time. Every game he was breaking those off. The way that this line has played, Pettigrew being such a smart, you can literally, if you watch him from game 1 to 2 weeks ago, when our last game was, you can literally see his maturity and his progression, and it was really on display in that Jackson Christian game and his accuracy. Davis Sane, I love the way that they're continuing to work him in. I feel like that's getting chiseled. And, it kind of like if you're whittling. Did you ever whittle in Texas? When you were
with
in
the
Texas?
wood,
yeah. So you whittle. You start and it's a little rough, and you keep going, and all of a sudden it starts making a point. So you flip it over. I'm feeling that sharpness to that point with Davis Sane, and that's going to be such a weapon. We've been saying it all year, but look, I can't wait for playoff time for that play, the back pylon play, to come in at such a big time because he's such a huge weapon, and this defensive secondary has played out of their mind. Jace Barksdale, as impressive as he is returning kicks, as impressive as he is on offense, what blows me away is his lockdown coverage on defense. You can't get a step on him, and it doesn't matter if you're, Jalen Mosley and you're 4 or 5 inches taller than him. It does not matter. This kid's coverage is, to me, what has completely blown me away about the whole team. And then you got guys like Brooks Jones, you got Parker Barnes, you got so many guys on defense. And
Alex
the line,
Wallace in run support.
Wallace
Sam McMillan, the linebacker,
has played
well.
Yeah, he's and these lines, offensive line and defensive line, have played so good. This is a complete team. I don't know what all you want to talk about other than having kind of the middle of the season a little bit of extra point need. We're at that point, you're up 25, you miss an extra point. Like, how upset are you? Other than that could be better. I don't know really what you say about this team. This is the most complete high school football team that I've seen in a long,
and I don't think they
time.
missed one last 2 weeks ago.
I
against
don't
Fayette Academy.
believe
They had a couple
that-
misses in the Jackson Christian game and another game before that.
Right, the game before the Jackson Christian game
maybe
when we were in
Tipton Roseburg,
Cordova.
maybe?
Was that TRA the game we were there with the turf field?
FACS.
FACS.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that game.
That's
remember
right,
they had
you're
a
right.
couple because we were talking off mic, and I said, "Gosh, they're really going to need these against Jackson Christian." But they got all that worked out, and everything worked out fine for the Bruins. But really, there's not a lot to just say to get better on them. I really don't know. Penalties have come down
There's
as the
not a
season.
coach in America that would agree with that.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'm talking about tell me what all you would fix. Penalties have come down considerably. Extra points are better. They're such a disciplined team. I mean,
and all
cleaner
truth, as you're
socks.
saying, I said, okay, well, let me find some of those things.
Yeah.
But they do a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, they stay them. They're hard to. Now, I will say this: against Jackson Christian, they got beat on a couple of big explosive plays around the edge by superstar athletes.
Right.
It happens.
But then they set the edge after that first quarter. They set the edge. You couldn't get around them. That
and
was
those
an
are players that
in-game
are going to get around the edge
adjustment.
on almost anybody.
Correct,
So,
correct.
yeah, it was just a play or two here or there, but they corrected everything. They take to coaching. They don't get a lot of penalties. They're solid on special teams. The English can give you a touchback most of the time. I mean,
let me say one thing. I'm going to hate myself if I don't say this, guys. Mark Cox, the way he has blown everything up, he is like TJ Watt, if TJ Watt were a better high school player. The way he has played in this region over the past 3 or 4 weeks, he's been sensational.
And really, that offensive line as a whole, we talk a lot about the interior. The tackles are really good. I'll tell you, young man, we don't call his name a ton, but we should. Kanye Sawyer, the big left tackle, he's been fantastic as well. So a lot to like about this Bruin football team. Now, got the opportunity to talk to Coach Butler a few minutes ago and talk about his team. And the one thing, the prevailing theme that keeps coming out over and over when it comes to Trinity is youth. This is a young football team. There's just really no way around it. But what they do like, and what he told me is, he said, this team, even though they're extremely young, man, they like to be challenged, and if something's going wrong, they don't fold. Like a lot of young people, or not a lot of young players that don't have the experience, sometimes something happens, they tend to get down. He said, not this team. He said basically they take it as a shot to their pride, and so they try to raise their level of play. But they're going to have some young players on this football team step up tonight. You mentioned Coach Butler. His son is the quarterback, Cade Butler, just a sophomore. He's got to be composed tonight because he's going to see 55 a lot. A whole heck of a lot, and not just on film this time. Kai Tompkins, the freshman running back, the transfer in his first year here. Ton to like about this young man. Ton to like about this young man for sure. A couple of other players. Number 8, Braden Waller. We'll call his name quite a bit tonight. He's a pass-catching threat. So some of their best players on this team are some of the younger players on this football team. Now, will that translate for success as they go throughout the rest of this year? We'll see what happens. They have USJ tonight, and next week they've got Jackson Christian. So it doesn't get any easier for the Lions, but he's really liking what he's seeing out of this young team, especially going forward in the next couple of years. But that's what USJ is facing tonight. Let's take a look at some of the games from around West Tennessee. Now, Jackson Christian, a game that you can also watch at Worthy Road Studios on their Facebook page and WNWS as well. They are on the road at the aforementioned, in Cordova, at the aforementioned First Assembly Christian School, FACS. You and I have seen both games. This should be a game where Jackson Christian, if they're on the game, they should win and should end up going away there.
Oh, yeah. They're so much better athletically than everywhere. And that's what you want is your Jackson Christian. You got to get the USJ game out of your head, which obviously they have by now. Coach Palmer and them have worked that out. But, yeah, you got to win every game in front of you, and you've got to play it. And then you got to hope that you get an opportunity to play that game against the Bruins again.
So some games that are going to take place tonight around West Tennessee. I was talking about this on the Cheap Seats the other night. You hear the old adage, and I don't usually like to hear it, so I generally don't say it. But it is true in some cases, and this is one of them, throw the records out. In this case, the records are identical. 2 4-3 teams, 2 teams that are kind of hard to figure out this season, but 2 teams that we know every time they get after it, it's a throwdown. Chester County and Lexington going to take place in Henderson tonight. The Tigers, the Eagles, a couple of 4-3 teams need a big win here. What do you think?
I don't know what Lexington is. I know they got blown out week 1 by South Gibson.
And 2.
And then who beat them week 2?
Riverside. 40 to 13,
right,
I think.
2 early blowouts, but then they came back and won a huge game 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, I don't know.
Haywood County by far its toughest. Put
so
28 up on them.
Yeah.
You know, and of course Haywood County would say, we just,
I don't know what they are. In Chester County, you kind of hear about that rebuilding, and they kind of got some things working offensively. I wouldn't touch this game. I don't know what the line is. You can tell me on your little app that you use, but I would not touch this game. This game right here, who knows? It should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that app is uninstalled.
Probably
in all actuality, it never existed. A couple more games here for you. Riverside, we mentioned Riverside a minute ago, at home against Adamsville. This should be the Panthers tonight. I like Riverside here handily in that one. Liberty has this. Who was the first opponent of the Bruins this year? We got to see them in week number 1. Boy, do they have a tough assignment. They got to drive all the way to Savannah to take on Hardin County. Now, Hardin County, very good football team. USJ held on and beat them at Kirkland Field. And then a couple weeks later, after they had been rolling, things were going well, they go to Lexington. You know, Coach Hollingsworth said, not so fast, my friend. Pulled a Lee Corso, and they beat Hardin County. I didn't think anybody expect that at all. I know I didn't.
No.
But they beat
Bryce
them.
Mott did. That's it.
Well, Bryce is the man.
He is the man.
At the end of the day.
Bryce knew it. Nobody else knew it.
For sure. That's 0-7 Liberty. They're taking on 5-2 Hardin County.
Do you want to shock the world here? Would you like to call your shot?
About what? In this
Liberty
game tonight?
and Hardin County?
Stop.
All right.
Stop. No, I would not like to shock the world. But there is a game on the south side of town tonight. Somebody's going to get their second win of the night. It's 1-7 McNary as the Bobcats come to town, and they're taking on a south side team who has just not been able to get a foothold this year. They got 1 win on the season. That was against Liberty. Of course, you know, they'll have the Commissioner's Cup coming up because Liberty is winless in Northside and Southside. The other two do have 1 apiece, so they will get that. They will play in that Commissioner's Cup, so there's a chance there. But there's a real good chance for them tonight to get a big win at home against the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think that they get the Bobcats. I think they have their number tonight. I think they're a better team than McNary County. I fully expect Southside to win this game.
Some more games going on around West Tennessee. Greenfield and West Carroll. Greenfield finally got their first win. West Carroll, you know, after that undefeated 4-0 start, trying to get themselves back in. They've had some tough opponents lately. Yes. Oh, we got the National Anthem.
National Anthem,
right.
opening prayer.
Well, we'll do that in an open prayer. So we'll take this break from TCA and be back on Worthy Road Studio.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Welcome back to Trinity Christian Academy as we are getting ready for the captains to meet here at midfield in just a second. Let's go ahead and give you Trinity's captains before we get USJ's as they're across the field. But captains tonight for the Lions, number 21, Nick Jones, the junior running back. Number 66, that is Harrison Vance, with the offensive lineman. Vance, a junior as well. Number 5, Will Weiser, the senior wideout. And number 52, that is Will Keltner, the senior offensive lineman.
Yeah, for the Bruins, you've got number 31, Kevin Finch, number 18, Berkeley Pettigrew, number 15, number 10.
I guess it's
is that number 10?
No,
they moved.
No,
they swapped up on me. I'm sorry.
That's Pettigrew is one of your captains. Also, Mark Cox is one of your captains. Parker Barnes, who is now dressed back and ready to play, he is back, as well as Kevin Finch.
There we go.
Those are your 4 seniors. Now the Bruins have received the kickoff either through deferment or taking it. They've had the ball every game except for one this year, and they usually have been able to do something with it. So it'll be interesting. Let's go down to the huddle or down to the midfield as we get ready for the coin toss.
Players, spectators can help promote good sportsmanship.
All right, gentlemen.
Also by observing the rules of
Y'all
fair
been
play.
elected by your coaches and your players. So you come out here and do the coin toss and you've been elected as captains. So, you'll be calling it. Yes, sir. Heads, tails here. Call it in the air when I flip it. If I drop it, we'll do it all over again, okay? Yes, sir. Heads. All heads, gentlemen. Heads it is. Heads it call.
Well, there you go. Thank you. Well, there you go. The Bruins won the coin toss, and surprise, surprise, Chuck, they want to put Berkeley Pettigrew and this offense on the field first. Again, every week, I believe, except for Liberty, the Bruins have had the football to start things off and put the football in the hands of this potent offense.
Yeah, it's been a recipe for success up to this point. I don't know why in the world you would stop it. So you're about to see Barksdale and company on the return here for the Bruins. Excited for a beautiful night. We've had the best weather this year. Other with it being hot, we've had beautiful weather to start the season.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see in regards to Will Horton and Parker Barnes how much they play tonight, both coming back for injury. This is Parker Barnes' first game in a month, I believe. And Horton was out after a couple of weeks from a high ankle sprain. I think that was against either Jackson Christian, I believe it was.
It was Jackson Christian,
late in the Jackson Christian game.
Yeah.
Then, of course, he missed that Fayette Academy. And then, of course, the bye week was perfect for Will to be able to come back and play in this football game. All right, let's get your predictions tonight. The Lions and the Bruins about 90 seconds away from mixing it up. How do you see this one playing out?
You know, I think the Lions are going to score some points. You know, that's something the Bruins haven't given up a little bit. I'm looking at a 45-13 game in favor of the Bruins here. It's what I'm thinking.
The Bruins in the second half in 7 contests have had the mercy rule in effect 5 of their 7 games.
Yeah, every game but Union City, which was a loss, and Hardin County. Other than that, every single game has gone to the mercy rule this year.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens as Trinity Christian and USJ about to mix it up. Man, high school football, it is in the air, and a little bit of a chill is in the air. Next week, lows in the 20s most of the week. Well, I don't know what it calls for Friday, which is the only thing that's going to matter to us, but they got a nice toasty press box at St. George.
Is it nice?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Does it have
St. George is the
chairs?
most expensive private school in Memphis.
Really?
That's what I was told.
I did not know
that.
that.
Got a buddy his daughter is a prospective volleyball player coming out of middle school in the public school system, and they're looking at all the private schools.
Well, she's
and I
good
started
enough. They'll
asking
take
him
care of
about
her.
the different ones, and I said, well, what about St. George? He said, oh, no. I said, why not? It's a good school. It's a great school. It's the most expensive school.
They don't create jobs for their volleyball players?
Well, you know, I don't think so in the 9th grade.
So to keep
but
practicing.
I could be wrong. Kicking off tonight for the Lions, that is going to be Pierce Halsinger, the senior kicker. And I wonder, if they've been doing the scouting, one thing, that if there is an issue, it's been kickoff return. People have caught them sleeping a little bit on some onside kicks, some squibs or whatnot. But I think it's just because they just don't want to kick it deep on this team.
I don't know why you would. I mean, look who's back there to return. You got Barksdale. You've got, is that Finch? You've got Finch. I mean, why would you kick it back to these guys?
Man.
Why would you put the ball in their hand with open space to run?
And Aaron Tunstall is the third member on the back line back there. So here we go. The kick is a high kick that is going to sail into the end zone. Boy, what a boot that was.
Really nice kick opening up for the Lions there. And that's what you got to do. You've got, Jackson Christian was able to do a good job of that touchbacks, right? Keep it at, keep them from moving the ball forward. So really good job there for the Lions.
Absolutely. So we are off and running. You ready to do a little high school football, Mr. Walker?
You know what? I've been known to dabble.
Well, here we go. Predict the first play for me before we go.
Kevin Finch up the middle, gain of 9.
Kevin Finch, right or left side?
Going to be left side, right there
to the
A-gap,
left side. Okay,
there we go.
The left side of that offensive line. And speaking of, we have a 3 wide receiver set. Twins to the left. Finch in the backfield. He's to the left of Pettigrew. It's a play action slant caught by Barksdale, and he will fall forward for the Thompson and Smith first down. Nice job that time, Pettigrew hitting his man on the slant. Barksdale does the rest. He picks up 11.
You see the way I faked the defense out there, right there. Again, fake handoff, does it all the time. Pettigrew decided to keep it. Barksdale was right there. Nice play for the Bruins.
Yeah, you were amazing. Great job, Chuck.
Yeah. Fake. I know they're listening.
I know they're scouting you. Here we go. 3 wide receiver set. Same formation. Pettigrew from their own 31-yard line are the Bruins. Play action once again hits Barksdale at the 35, makes a man miss, and then finally taken down about the 37-yard line to be a gain of about 6. 2nd and 4 for the Bruins.
Colby Moore coming in from that edge linebacker position there. Got a hand up, almost deflected that pass. It ended up being a gain, but really good pressure from the sophomore Colby Moore.
I think the Bruins know they can run the football. They know they can throw it too. We just get some early pass going. Here's a trips package to the wide side. Don't see a lot of that. Finch off left tackle, has a hole, still on his feet. Huge hole, breaks a tackle, and finally taken down right at midfield. We may have a personal foul here. Flag comes in late from the secondary. Maybe a face mask or horse collar, I couldn't tell.
I'm going to think it's one of those because how often do you see one person, that was number 52, Will Keltner for the Lions, in on the tackle, but how often do you see Kevin Finch brought down by one man?
Yeah, unless they grab by the face mask.
That's right. Is that what it was? Face mask?
Yeah,
okay.
Taken down at midfield, and after the penalty is walked off, that will put the ball 1st and 10 for the Bruins, already on the move, in under only 1 minute gone in this game, and the Bruins already at the Lion 35.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well. It's kind of what we expected that they would do, but this offense is such a machine moving the ball. They know what they want to do.
It really is. 3 wide receiver set. That's Spence to the bottom of your screen. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap, looking to his left. Goes for Simmons. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Ball a little bit underthrown that time, and it was picked off by number 5. That's Will Weiser, one of the captains, with a big play on the interception of Pettigrew.
Well, and Weiser had it there. Pettigrew never looked him off. He was intending that pass for Noah Spencer. He never looked him off, and Weiser jumped the route. He was there the whole way. I was expecting Pettigrew to keep that or throw it, but great play there by Weiser. Huge turn of momentum in this game.
Now, there was pressure coming off that right edge, and the defender jumped up in there. Don't know if maybe got in the line of sight of Pettigrew. Not sure, but the interception nonetheless. And here come the Lions. Butler from the gun. That's Cade Butler, just a sophomore and son of head coach Blake Butler. Kai Tompkins, the freshman running back, in the backfield. Here's the snap. Butler, wide side, finds his man in the flat, complete, but not much doing. He'll be taken down by a host of USJ defenders. That is, in fact, Weiser on the reception. He's the same young man that just had the interception.
Yeah, Ryan Hutchinson making the tackle for the Bruins. Short gain there for the Lions, but, positive yardage. That's what they're going to need.
That's what you'll take. 2nd and 8 for the Lions from their own 27-yard line, 10-10 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's a handoff to Tompkins. Makes a man miss, but lucky to pick up a yard. A huge gang of Bruins right there in the backfield, and Tompkins navigated well just to get that yard.
Yeah, Tompkins, they're actually going to give him 3 on the spot, it looks like, for Tompkins there. Hard running, but there wasn't a hole at all, and this USJ line looks real big tonight.
Yeah, so you got that forward lead, so it'll set up 3rd and 5 for the Lions from their own 30-yard line. Weiser in motion. Here's the snap. Looking for his man out in the flat. Has him complete to the 35, maybe the 36. It's close to the first down marker. It is right at the sticks. Let's see where the spot is on this one. It is extremely close.
Yeah, sophomore Braden Waller, big 6'2" target only for a sophomore. Really nice run. They're using a lot of motion in the backfield here. He was out there, and I'm with you. I thought that may have been a first down, but if not, it's going to be real close.
This little fan route, perfectly executed. Butler throws a dart. Let's see what we've got here. They still don't have the ball spotted right here, so for us to take a look at this. And the chains are coming out.
Yeah, we're having a measurement here for sure.
We cannot see the ball where we are situated.
Looks like it's going to be right on the 29 3/4 yard line.
Oh, no, that'll be the 36.
35 3/4 yard line.
Here is the measurement. It is, we still can't see it. It is a first down for the Lions. Just barely picking that up on 3rd and short. The Lions get their initial first down of the game.
Would have been a weird decision time early on in this game. I mean, you're inches away. You definitely want to try to go for it, but not necessarily on your side of the field. So here you go for the Lions. Now the decision didn't have to be made.
And I think it would have been an easy decision.
You'd have gone for it?
No.
You'd have punted?
No, why? You're a young team. You're in this game. Punt that ball away. Make them drive the field. Doesn't matter, though. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Trips or twins to the left. Here is Butler with the handoff to Tompkins straight through the B gap on the right side, falling forward for about a 4-yard gain, setting up 2nd and 6 for the Lions.
Tompkins runs the ball hard. He doesn't have a lot of room to work with there. There's not a lot going through the middle of that Bruin line, but he falls forward for a yard or two every time.
And now the Lions want to speed things up, so they're right back to the line of scrimmage, trying to catch the Bruins out of position, but no such luck. Bruins right there ready for that. Well, the Bruins just look big. They look much. We're closer down here to the field than we normally are. Here's Tompkins trying to bounce it out off that left tackle. He is popped, taken down hard. He bounced it out beautifully, but then he was absolutely smacked that time by the Bruins. Brooks Jones, linebacker, who's had a whale of a season.
When you need a hit, who do you go to? You don't go to Elvis Presley. You go to Brooks Jones, delivering the big one right there. 3rd and 2 now for the Lions.
Yeah, gain of about 3, maybe 4. Will set up 3rd and 2, as Chuck mentioned, just shy of their own 45-yard line. Butler from the gun, 8 in the box for the Bruins, and this one's going absolutely nowhere. No chance that time for the ball carrier for the Lions that time. Colby Moore. The Bruins just stacked the box that time. Said, if you can beat us through here, good luck. That's going to set up 4th down and a long one for the Lions. Let's see what they want to do.
I like the play call for the Lions there, giving it to Moore. Because I thought everybody in the stadium thought it was going to be Tompkins. Looks like they're going to try to go for it here.
That, or they could attempt to draw him off. We'll see what happens here. Trips to the left. Scratch that. Trips to the right. Nobody lined up to the left. Butler from the gun. Tompkins to his left. Let's see if they try to draw him off. Here's Tompkins in motion, trying to set up a slip screen. They got it. A huge hole. 50, 40, 30, 20. He's got the angle down to the 10, makes a move, and finally wrestled out of bounds about the 5-yard line. That's going to be a 50-yard pickup for the Lions, setting up that screen. Butler to
That's Braden Waller.
Braden Waller on the reception for 50 yards.
Yeah, Waller was wide open there. Coming out of the backfield, you didn't know if they're going to do that little quarterback punt thing, kick, that they have, but huge gain for the Lions.
Well, the Lions with an opportunity to cash in on that early Bruins turnover. This young Lions team said, we're not afraid of nothing. Here we go. Butler from the gun, hands to Tompkins. Now tries to cut back up to the midfield, or to the middle, and nothing doing. He'll get to about the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal for Trinity Christian.
Yeah, Ty O'Neal, the huge tackle there to bring him down. But what about the momentum shift and drive here opening up for the Lions?
Boy, that was a perfectly executed screen. Just timing is everything on that. It's either going to be intercepted or, blown up behind the line of scrimmage, or a 50-yard jaunt downfield.
Yeah. Riley Sills was coming hard after Butler.
All right, Lions spreading the field. Got 3 wide receivers set, 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's a handoff, and he's going to be just short, but the ball is loose and into the end zone. Now the Bruins recovered it. Let's see if that play was blown dead or not.
Colby Moore on the carry there for the Lions. Got down to the 1 if they say the ground calls the fumble.
Which is what they're going to say. Even though the Bruins did recover it in the end zone, they're going to say that he was down, and we'll see if we can get a replay on that. It looked like he was down to me, but it was close. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. The Bruins, even though they fell on the ball, there it is. He was down. That's a good call. That ball came down after he was hit right there inside the 1 yard line. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Tompkins on the left side. He stands up and walks into the end zone for a touchdown. And Trinity Christian, this young Lion team, has struck first tonight, Chuck.
Well, you talked about it in pregame. You're like, well, I wonder how sharp they'll be. You know, that would be the only team you wouldn't want to play right now would be the bye week. And early on, USJ trailing for the first time in a few games now. I think they got down 7-0 to Jackson Christian, and that was the last time this team has trailed.
Been a minute since they have trailed, for sure. Here's the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. Your new score from Trinity Christian with 6:46 left to go in the first quarter. TCA 7 and USJ nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Back here from TCA where your Bruins trailing TCA 7-0, 6:46 left to go here in the first quarter. By the way, don't forget Trenton Peabody. You can watch their game tonight with Humboldt Vikings. That one in Humboldt, of course, on the Facebook page of Trenton Peabody, but as well as WNWS. Dan and Terry on the call for that one, all courtesy of Worthy Road Studios. And I got to tell you, Holzinger is bombing these kickoffs.
He almost
out of the back of the end zone.
Out of the back of the end zone. That's what I was going to say. He almost hit that far line back there. Holzinger, I didn't know a lot about him coming into it, but he can kick the ball hard, and that's a good-looking kick. It's not like it's one of those, 7-foot nuggets just, keeps, going through the air. That's a nice-looking kickoff.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure you knew that first one was not just a fortunate kick, that he can do this when he wants to. Let's see if the Bruins want to make this a Kevin Finch type of drive.
I believe I might.
Get
Wouldn't
things,
be a terrible
get
time
things back.
for it.
We'll see what happens. Here we go. Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his right. Another trips package to the left. Here's the snap. Give to Finch straight up the middle. Still on his feet. Keeps those feet moving and gets about 4 yards on first down to the 24-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Bruins.
Yeah, tackle made by Will Keltner there. Same linebacker that got called for the face mask earlier, but he was able to bring Finch down one-on-one. That's not an easy thing to do. We've been saying it all year, how he keeps his feet moving. It takes 2 to 3 tacklers normally to bring him down.
And that's every time.
That's
pretty much every time. Plus, he can leave you. Same formation, same personnel, 2nd and 6. This time setting up the screen. He has one. That is Barksdale. It's caught at the 25-yard line and gets all the way out to the 35. That's good enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Watch the block here by number 5, Noah Spencer, how he's able to seal that edge off to allow Barksdale to pick up the first down. You'll see it here on the replay if you're watching. Look at Spencer right here. Just move him enough.
Just kick him out. Yep.
For Barksdale to come in there for a nice first down gain for the Bruins.
That is a trait that all of the Bruins receivers have, is their ability to block. You want to get the ball, you're going to have to do some blocking as well. Finch to the right of Pettigrew. Here's the snap, toss sweep, a pitch out to the right side flat. Has a break right down the sideline and all the way up to midfield. That's going to be good enough for a 15-yard gain and a Thompson and Smith first down. Just a simple swing pass, but Kevin Finch gets one block and uses that speed.
And the one block is by guess who? Number 0, Riley Seals, right there. Number 3 was coming in for the Lions to make the tackle. Seals makes the block. All of a sudden, there's 15 yards of green grass in front of Finch, and that's all he needs.
Yeah, Riley Seals has had a very good season, and on both sides of the football. Had an early season injury and has bounced back really well. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 49-yard line. Here's a gift to Finch off left tackle, cuts back inside and taken down after a nice 6-yard gain into Lion territory down to the 44.
Yeah, Finch is running hard tonight. Another good tackle. Got kind of swung around there. Wasn't able to break through it. I thought when he was moving around, he may have had a shot. But regardless, 7-yard gain, 6.5-yard gain there for Finch.
And I like that they're having to work for it. They haven't had to work for it a whole lot lately. And that's just because they've been so good, and they still are. But Trinity, at least early on, making these Bruins work for everything. 2nd and 4 for the Bruins from the Lion 44-yard line. Second possession for the Bruins. Here's a handoff to Finch straight up the middle. Drive, and he'll pick up about 3 yards, and he'll come up about a yard short of the first down to the 42, just inside the 42, setting up 3rd and a long one for the Bruins.
You know, Tompkins was coming in there to blitz for the Lions. One thing that I've noticed is they're sending a guy in every single time. They're trying to create pressure on Pettigrew for when he does decide to keep that RPO or pistol, whatever you want to call it, that they run here when he decides to keep it to throw it. He's going to have somebody in his face.
That read option is what we talk about. By the way, Tompkins, he's got the build of a senior. Maybe a college senior, not a high school freshman.
6'1", 215.
Here we go. 3rd and short for the Bruins from the gun. Here's play action to the slant that is off the fingertips of Barksdale and incomplete. And that'll set up 4th down and a long one for the Bruins. This seems like this would be a pretty easy decision. I would imagine this is when you rely on that offensive line and the powerful running of Kevin Finch.
Yeah, I think you're right there. That was actually tipped at the line. That's what I thought. That pass was tipped at the line by number 52. Having a heck of an early game here. Will Keltner tipped that pass at the line of scrimmage, coming in from the linebacking position.
If you can't get there, get your hands up.
That's exactly right.
Get there, get your dead lame hands up. So here we go. 4th and 1 for the Bruins from the gun. Here's the snap, the give to Finch. He's got a lead blocker in front of him. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. He's still on his feet and all the way down to the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 22 and more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Huge gain there for the Bruins. That's what you needed. Rory Jones on the lead block, sealing it off for the first down right here. You see number 61 coming across here, going all the way down to take it with him. But great job by Finch there. Tackled by Tompkins, saving a touchdown. Huge 25-yard gain for the Bruins.
And you wrote him Mark Cox pulling as well. And they gave him a huge convoy. So the Bruins 1st and 10 from the 20. Give to Finch off left tackle. Breaks a tackle in the backfield and keeps his feet moving all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Looked like he wasn't going to get much. Ends up being a nice gain.
Yeah, Keltner's playing Finch really well. He got a hand on him. Finch was able to break through that time, get an 8-yard gain there for the Bruins.
They'll call it a gain of 7, so 2nd and a long 3 for the Bruins here. On the move, nice conversion by the Bruins, and now inside the red zone for the first time tonight is this Bruins offense. Twins to the right, single wide receiver, and the Bruins may get a free 5 here.
I think they are. I think sophomore Colby Moore got a little over aggressive there. I was just about to comment on this defense does appear to be a little undersized tonight, but I love the aggressiveness they're playing with. Now, you don't want to play that much because you get a penalty, but whatever's right before that, that's what you want.
It, in fact, was offsides on the defense. That's going to bring the ball inside the 10-yard line, making it 1st and goal for the Bruins from the 7-yard line. Pettigrew from the gun. Keeps his own number around that option read. Now tries to cut back inside. Beautifully read that time. He'll get down to the 5-yard line and nothing else. Pettigrew trying to get it done, and a beautiful job by number 57 for TCA. I don't have a 57.
That's Keltner, 52. That was Keltner on the tackle. I don't have a 57 on my sheet either. I do see a 57 out there, but I think that was Keltner on the tackle.
Yeah, let's see. It was actually 52 and 57. What's Keltner, and whoever 57 is, we'll try to get that number and the name on that number for you for our Lions friends along the way. All right, here's Finch trying to string it out around the right side. He will cut back and just gets into the end zone. What a beautiful hesitation that time by Kevin Finch, and then to reaccelerate, gets the contact and goes into the end zone for the Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown.
Look at 61 right here. Pull to the from the left side to the right side to open that up there for Finch. Good effort there by the Lions, but it was just already in there.
But did you see where he hesitated and let the defender kind of run just a little bit by
and
him?
Jumped right out behind him.
That's a great job by Finch.
Very
that
patient
time.
runner.
Yeah, into the end zone, and now on for the extra point. That is Sykes with the kick, and it is good. So your new score with 2:29 left to go here in the first quarter, Trinity Christian 7 and USJ 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Welcome back to Trinity Christian. Now the Bruins have tied this bad boy up. But I'll tell you, Chuck, even though they were able to march down the field and get that, Trinity made them work for it still at the end of the day. Big plays by the USJ offense and a fourth down conversion, but Trinity made them work for it.
Trinity said, we don't care how good you are, we're still going to play you. And this is exactly right. You called it earlier. This is what USJ needed. Someone to come out and really test them, give them 100% effort, so they got to match that, get back sharp like they were. 7-7 ball game here. Didn't know if I'd think that 2 minutes in the first quarter.
Here is Drew English with his first kick of the night. A high kick taken about the 8-yard line by Trinity. Christian gets a nice block and taken all off his feet at the 34-yard line on that return is number 8, Braden Waller. But a nice setup that time by the Trinity kickoff return team.
Yeah, I think maybe the Bruins thought maybe there was a push in the back there, no flag on it, so huge gain again. Yeah, I thought so.
We both saw the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say that anybody missed it. I just think that they were appealing to the officials. That very rarely works.
But I'm not going to say they didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, my man did go flying.
All right, here we go. So the Lions with their second offensive possession, one possession and one score. So far, no one's punted here in the first quarter. Here's Tompkins in the backfield, maybe a 2-3 yard gain, and that's only because those legs, those powerful legs. Would you say he was 215?
Yes, 6'1", 215 is what my I didn't weigh him before the game or anything, but that's what it's saying on the roster sheet.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Remember Jarrell Dixon now plays for Army, running back for Trenton Peabody?
I've got one. Yes, I do, and I agree with that. Maybe just a tad skinnier because he came from Crockett County, Jordan Branch.
He's much smaller Jordan Branch.
Yeah, but he runs hard like Jordan Branch did.
Here we go. Butler under pressure, heaves it up, and it is intercepted by the Bruins. And that is Davis Sane, who is playing deeper than the deepest. The safety, the 6'5" receiver / safety, high points that ball. No way the receiver can go up and get that one over 6'5". And Davis looks it in and gets the interception.
Yeah, Butler threw into double coverage there. Jace Barksdale was all over him too. It was a fight between Barksdale and Sane on who was going to get the interception. And sometimes when there's pressure and you're an undersized quarterback, you kind of heave that thing down there. You can't see that far down the field, unfortunately. But really good coverage there by 2 Bruin defenders.
Yeah, that one never had a chance. I think you're right. It's just a matter of which one was going to intercept.
They kind of both went at it. I thought more if the ball hits the ground because they both want the pick.
And the one guy that may be able to high point the ball in this stadium over Jace Barksdale. It was the one who was getting it. But Barksdale doesn't care. That's his teammate. That's his roadie. Here we go. Bruins from their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10, knotted up at 7. 1:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Here is a little play action. Swinged out to the right flat, but I don't know if the ball got tipped. Came up just a little bit short.
Yeah, that ball was tipped. That was number 17 on the tip there. Yep, there's 17 out there on the tip. This pass was knocked down, yeah.
And
right
that's
there.
absolutely.
That's not 17. That's 7.
That's Tompkins.
That's Tompkins. Yeah, that's 7. No one in front of him. That's Tompkins making a big play there. What about he's a freshman? You know who he reminds me of? Jalen Mosley from last year.
Jalen Mosley.
Remember when we watched the Jackson Christian game last year?
He's more solidly put together, though. He's Man, he's a machine for sure. Here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Bruins. Hand off to Finch, busting it out, breaking the tackle, still on his feet, 30, 35, 40, and finally wrestled down around the 41-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 13 and enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
One of the things I noticed about this Bruin team, and you'll see it on the replay here as you go back and look, you'll see blocking away from the ball here to set it up because Finch runs around everywhere, and you've still got Keltner blocked there by Barksdale to allow Finch to gain an extra 4 or 5 yards. But it's not like, well, we're just going to block and when the play's behind us. No, it's blocking all over the field for the Bruins.
Well, you got a really good look at it that time on that Carlock Nissan replay. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 40. They'll mark it at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap, a give to Finch, trying to bounce it back now straight back up the middle. Boy, he is so shifty and doesn't lose a lot of speed when he does it. He'll pick up a gain of about 6 to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Bruins. 53 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a double cut that Finch did there to get away from 2 line defenders because they had him locked up in the backfield, but instead finds a hole, steps through it, and gets a 6-yard gain.
Well, how big has Kevin Finch been for this football team this year? I mean everything they do is good, but you got to have that presence on the ground, and he has been that.
Yeah, on a team full of heroes, he has really, really stepped up. He's
like
the one that surprised me even most because you talk about so many different people on here, but he has been very, very steady for this USJ Bruin team.
2nd and 4, Finch's number once again, bouncing it off left tackle. Looks like a carbon copy of the last play, except he'll pick up about 10 yards, and it's more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down. Yes.
Look at Finch right here, right behind Seals. You'll see him almost hide behind him. Riley Seals is 7'4", so Finch sneaks in right behind him. The defender doesn't see him. Watch right here, right behind Seals. Oh, gotcha. Next thing you know, 8-yard gain because you lose him in the jersey of white.
That was a great block for sure, and that is going to be the final play of the first quarter. So after 12 minutes, we got a push so far. USJ 7 and TCA 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Here we go to start the second quarter. Bruins with the football from the Lion 42-yard line. Here's Pettigrew from the gun, dropping straight back, looking, wants his man down the right sideline. That Seals just slightly underthrown. Boy, the one person you don't want to try to pick on is Kai Tompkins. He's step for step with Raleigh Seals, giving up about 30 pounds, but stride for stride.
Right in there with it, and Kai Tompkins gets his hands up. I can't believe the guy's a freshman. I'd heard a little bit about him coming in tonight. I've got some buddies that still live in Crockett County, and they're like, hey, you're going to want to find this guy, number 7. He is the real deal, and he certainly looks like it so far.
Well, how much better would he make that Cavalier team? Oh,
I think how much better would he make the Colts?
They don't want to hear that. Here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Bruins from the 43. High snap, but taken down and given to Finch. He stumbles forward, tripped up, and he'll stumble forward for about a 4-yard gain. So they got 3rd and 6 from the 38-yard line.
Guess who came in that time? How about number 52, Will Keltner? Playing the game best game I've ever seen the kid play tonight. Another tackle. I've got him down for 6 already with 11 minutes left in the first half.
Boy, and all he did was get an arm on Kevin Finch on that replay and was still able to take him down. I thought it might have got tripped him up by the feet. He got him by the arm and was able to take him down.
Yeah, strong dude out there for sure.
I don't think I've seen anybody do that to Finch all year long. So 3rd and we'll call it 6 from the 38-yard line. I think you're in one of those positions where it's 2 downs to get 6 yards. We'll see if they need it. Somebody has jumped. Let's see if it's the Lions again. If so, I don't think it would be enough for a first down, but it would be a very short distance to go. It is against the Lions. They're walking it off, and it'll be down just inside the 34-yard line. It's still about a yard short of the first down, 3rd and 1, and a much more manageable distance for this Bruins offense.
Yeah, that was Wilkerson there jumping across, just a little aggressive. But this defense, give it up to them. They've played hard tonight. Only their second penalty, second offside so far this evening.
3rd and 1 for the Bruins. Finch to the right. Here we go. Straight up dive to Finch. Now bouncing it out and cutting back once again. He'll have the first down and still on his feet. It's a rugby scrum, and everybody on the field is involved in it, basically. And that'll be a first down, a Thompson-Smith first down for the Bruins. Matter of fact, they got all the way down to about the 22-yard line that time.
This is the Kevin Finch we know and love. Look at this right here. Breaks a tackle. 2 men wrapped him up. He's getting a push. He's gained 3 yards since I've been talking. 4 more. The linemen are moving 6. There are 6 Lions to try to bring him down. Linemen were pushing the scrum for certain. But Kevin Finch, that's the guy we're used to seeing week in and week out.
Spotted at the 22, just outside of the 22 for the Bruins. 1st and 10. Twins to the right. That's Davis, and now Barksdale in motion. Spins to the left. Now a backwards pass to Barksdale and has a man wide open in the end zone. That is Davis Sane. A little razzle-dazzle from Barksdale to Sane for the for the touchdown. That's going to be a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. And Coach Strapp making out the razzle-dazzle here on the Lions.
I really like this play call. I wondered, I was like, why is he not taking off right here? But Davis Sane was wide open. Barksdale drops the ball right into the pocket there of Sane. And he goes in. That's the first time we've seen that play this year.
Barksdale might as well throw a touchdown. He scored every other conceivable way this year. All right, on for the extra point. This is English this time. It is up, and it is good. And your new score with 10:39 left to go here in the first half. USJ 14 and Trinity 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town, with another funeral home, or even in another state. But we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Score from Cordova, Tennessee after 1 quarter. Jackson Christian, no problem with FACS. 21-0 Eagles after 12 minutes.
Yeah, kind of what we were thinking there. Good job, Eagles.
So English kicking off for the second time tonight. Swings that right leg. It hits about the 15 and bounces straight up to the returner. And still on his feet, breaks a tackle, looking for a seam, and finally taken down about the 27-yard line for Trinity Christian. That is number 6, Cooper Vales on the carry.
Yeah, good job there by Vales to get some positive yards. You know, that's the first time we've seen English kind of miss one of these kickoffs. That one was kind of one of those little knuckleball ones that, doesn't really get up in the air. I wonder if the cool temperatures or whatever tonight. But, usually by this point of the game, 3 kickoffs, you've had a touchback here from English.
I don't think the temperature's an issue. I'll reference the 2 Trinity kicks that basically went nearly out of the back of the end zone.
Well, they did. I just meant for Drew.
Sometimes you do that on purpose.
Well,
Makes
that's
it hard to catch. Yeah, they could have
That's
easily did that for sure. All right, here we go. Trinity for the first time playing from behind. Here's Baker from the pistol. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Tompkins, and he is absolutely swarmed under by the Bruins on that tackle that time. Raleigh Seals, and he had help from his friend in Brooks Jones, and that's going to be a loss of about 7 yards for the Lions.
This isn't the kind of defense that you can fumble a pass on, that you can have a bad snap against. They're just too quick.
Let's see. I didn't see the call.
It's a flag on the field. I didn't see the flag.
See what we have here. I'm sorry, I just didn't see it.
Unsportsmanlike is what they're saying here from the booth. Yeah.
Okay, and it was on
against the Bruins.
Against the Bruins. That would be a huge play because it should be 2nd and 17, and the Lions do not want to play from behind the sticks for sure against this defense.
Looks like they're going to call it from the spot of the foul. We'll move it up, 15. So it'll be 2nd and real short now for the Lions.
See where this ends up going. It's going to be. So there it is.
Oh, they're going to give them first.
To the 36-yard line. Looked like they're going to spot it, and the official says.
Hey, the official said first down, but then the line judgment here.
Well, they're just not counting the
second.
play. They're just not counting the play, I guess.
Okay, so we.
Well, now they flip it to second. Whitehead did say first. You're right.
He did.
You're
yeah,
right
he said first.
We'll take the marker, and now they're trying to figure out, hey, come here, which one? And I like this. I like this because, as long as they get it right, talk it out, figure it out, get it right, that's the only thing I care about.
I think that 1st and 4 is the right call. I think that's the right football call after the penalty. But, yeah, second down.
Okay, 2nd and – it's actually about 2. 2nd and about 2 for the Lions from their own 36. Here's a handoff to Tompkins. He cuts back into flow, and he's hammered, but keeps those thighs moving and those feet pumping and has enough for a first down. That should have been maybe a 1-yard gain instead of a first down.
Nice run by Tompkins there. He is everything everybody described. He runs so hard. He gets hit behind the line just about every time he touches the ball, but figures out a way to get 3 to 4 yards up the middle. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, we have a treat tonight between him and Finch. Got a couple of great running backs. Here's Tompkins' ball in the air. Never got it cleanly, and I believe a Bruin picked it up out of the air. They did. We'll get you that number in just a second. It's a massive humanity, but coming up with that football is
number 56 there for the Lions. Had the ball at the very end of this. I don't know how. That was Halen Wilkerson. I bought the fake. The Bruins sold this thing well.
It looked like they were trying to return it. Okay. Why was the pile going back down?
I don't know. I bought it. I was going with the pile.
Same. That's why I thought that was the case. But the Lions do retain possession. Yeah. But that ball went straight up in the air. The exchange never there. And the Lions very lucky to retain possession of that football.
That's the second bad exchange we've seen. Looks like there's an official timeout here, touching the shoulders. They're going to confer about some things.
Maybe even some stuff.
Yeah, could happen. They've been known to. Now, how these guys get.
Now, when it's all said and done, are they going to gain a yard on this thing when it's all said and done?
It looks like it. Looks like that's where it's spotted. Yeah, it's about a yard gain.
Well, so it looks like the spot is going to be 2nd and 9 for the Lions from their own 40-yard line.
Or they were talking to see if maybe they thought that was a pass or something because it got hit behind the line. I mean, the ball definitely went forward, but that was a fumble.
Oh, no, they're not wondering if that's a pass or not. All right, here we go. Now in the backfield, a different running back, but this time the same result, and we're going to get a penalty here at the end of this play. Colby Moore taken down around the line of scrimmage, but we do have a flag on the play.
Here's what I don't like about this. They're going to call a face mask here. Here's what I don't like. Watch the replay. Colby Moore slips and goes down. Now on the way down to USJ, a Bruin defender does have his hand out. It hits the face mask, but Moore was already down. That's going to be my guess here on this. Yeah. They're calling the face mask here. Look right here. He has already slipped.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Seals. There was nothing he could do. But your intent is irrelevant in this matter.
2 big penalties there for the Bruins on this drive.
I mean, and it's hard to even really get mad at Seals here in this situation. Now, they haven't marked a thing off. Or that's because of a 5-yard.
Yeah, 5-yard.
5 yards. Okay.
Yeah, so Moore's his cleat kind of got hung up. He was going down, and Seals was running through to make the tackle, and when he fell, it hit his face mask.
They have it as 2nd down still. Shouldn't this be 3rd down? That should be a false start on the Lions, and it is. It was called. Your receiver down here at the bottom taking off on his route just a step too early.
Yeah, officials are right there. They'll get that one. That'll move it back 5 yards here, so that'll be 2nd and around 9 or so, 10. For the Lions there.
Now, the board has it 3rd, which is what I also have it. The sticks across the way have it at 2nd. Okay, so the officials are saying that it is still 2nd down. So second down and about 10 for the Lions. Look like it's about to be 5. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really sloppy in the last few minutes.
Yeah, we played a pretty clean first quarter of action, but now we've had we've had 5 penalties on this drive.
Yeah, and what's one of the things that we said before the start of the game? Burns not really getting many penalties this year. They've had a few this evening here in the first half. I'm telling you, it's a bye week. Telling you that, Bob.
I think you're
hated
right.
That they had that
and the unsportsmanlike. They hadn't had one of those in a couple of games. That'd been the thing.
8:38 to go here in the first half. Second and 6. Keeping his own number is Cade Butler. Now he throws it downfield. That's got to be a penalty. They've got a flag. That flag. Okay, I don't see it anywhere. Where is it?
It's right by the official there, right by his feet. He was a good 2.5 yards past the line of scrimmage when he threw that.
Yeah, that's an illegal forward pass. There's no question about that one. You're right, at least a yard past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football.
Yeah, I think Coach Butler was going to throw the flag himself.
I didn't even bother to look downfield to see if it was completed because I saw where he threw it for us.
If it was a pick, though.
Never.
But if he picks it, he can take it back.
Yeah, I was enamored with where he threw that ball from. So
impressive.
Yeah, so that is, in fact, the call. It's an illegal forward pass. And isn't that a loss of down?
Yes. That is correct.
So they'll mark it off, and I'm telling you, there's been a flag of the last 5 plays.
6 now. This drive. This is 6th penalty of this drive, I believe. But that was the 4th flag in a row.
I think you're right. I think he threw that right in front of his dad and head coach. And
Coach Butler, he's still not happy.
Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so there's been a lot of confusion here for the last couple of minutes in this game, and the officials are trying to get everything right. They're talking with the Trinity staff here. We think that it's 3rd and about 8. That sound about right to you from their own 40?
At this point, who could be sure? I just hope everybody has fun.
I do know that it is the second quarter.
It is the second quarter.
That much we know for sure.
There's still 7:47 left in the first half.
But the wheels have kind of come off on this drive and really it's everybody involved, including us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. They're trying to get the clock adjusted.
So we're sitting at exactly, the clock shows 8 minutes left to go in the first half. USJ leading Trinity 14-7, appear to have everything in place.
13 seconds back on it.
3rd and 8 is official down and distance. Trinity just past their own 40-yard line. Tompkins to the right of Butler. Here's the snap. Butler rolling to his right. Fires out, overshooting his man in the right flat. Wouldn't have been anything doing anyway, maybe a yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Lions. You got to believe we'll see our first punt of the evening.
You would think so here. It's been a rough drive, especially the past 2 or 3 plays for the Lions. No need to push it here.
Well, let's see the offense. And now the officials are
taking
calling
time out again.
Another stoppage in play here. Man, as long as they get it right, I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Not sure what they're
We'd like to tell you what it is, but and right now the White Hat is talking to Coach Butler. I think it may be a clock issue. It was 7:46. They just put 7:53 back on, so that may be what it was. They're putting another 7 seconds of game time back on the clock. See if that's what it is.
Are they trying to get it to 7:55? I keep seeing them hold up a 5 to the press box
I think
here.
they're saying hi.
Okay, well, that's nice
Hey,
of them. This is a lot of nice people go here to Trinity. We appreciate them, especially the ones that are Southeastern Termite and Pest Control customers. You're our favorites.
Man. By the way, look at this crowd, man.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people come. Look at that big U flag flying over there.
The U.
The U. What you doing?
Man, I got to tell you, this is not good for the players. They got to get this together because
I'm about to start cramping. I'm going to get pickle juice.
Yeah, because then you got to get the flow back in. Get yourself in a rhythm, and then when you have stops like this for minutes and minutes at a time, it just interrupts the flow, not just for the fans or anything, but for the teams themselves. And now
they're coming
so
off
much
field.
So that the players are coming off the field. I mean, I'm not really sure what this is, but they got to get this together.
Yeah, we don't have the best luck here when it comes to stoppages and weights and stuff.
Let's do this. Let's take a break. Then we'll take a break and see if we can find out what's what, and come back and we'll see if we can update you on that. Your score with what we think is 7:53 left to go here in the first half. USJ leading Trinity 14-7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love.
And welcome back. And
How
here
far
is
would
the
you go
punt
for
that
love?
goes sideways. The Bruins can pick that up,
King
and they do.
Jewelers,
Smart play
16B,
down the
Conrad
sidelines.
Drive,
20,
Jackson.
10, 5. That is a touchdown. That is number 21. That's Ryan Hutchinson. That punt, I've never seen this. It went sideways. Hutchinson sees it, catches it off a bounce at about the 43-yard line, and scampers down the left sideline, untouched for a touchdown.
Yeah, Waller was on the punt there. That kind of went off his knee. If you see it on the replay, goes off his knee and rolled down his shin. Almost went down his entire leg there. That was impressive to do that. I don't know if he can do it again. We do have a flag.
But of course.
Yeah, come on, guys.
All right, now where they're spotting that football.
Maybe
he got in, right? I didn't see him.
Well, you wouldn't have, even if he stepped out, they wouldn't have thrown a flag.
What do we got here? I didn't see the flag till just now. What do we got? Well, of course it's first down. Yeah, it's the touchdown is wiped off, and they'll mark it off. We'll see where that hold took place. White Hats, of course, it's still first down. It's a change of possession, and they will spot that ball at the 21-yard line is where the Bruins will take over.
It's a big hole,
but that holding
I don't know where that could have came from
touchdown.
because Hutchinson ran in. I mean, there was no one within 15 yards
and
of
that would
it.
have been completely unnecessary.
Completely,
Hutchinson down that left sideline. Still a huge play, though, for the Bruins. Pettigrew in the offense from the 15. Pettigrew calling his own number around the left edge, has a seam, keeps going, and finally ran out of bounds. Where they're going to say he goes outside just about the 7-8 yard line, maybe?
Yeah, huge first gain. And look at the patience of Pettigrew. He looked like he was going to throw this thing. He fakes it here to Finch, keeps it, stands up here like he's going to pass. That checks up the rushers, and then Pettigrew takes right off.
He's done a great job with his feet. He has great field vision, the quarterback. Just not only is a good job spying and finding the entire offense in the passing game, but, man, in the running game, he is just as electric.
Yeah, he's so
that's
quick.
going to be first and goal, and we have a timeout. It's the first of the game, I think, for either team. Yeah, it is the first timeout for either team. It's called by the Bruins, so we'll take it with them, and the Bruins have the ball first and 10 at the 8, or first and goal from the 8, and with 7:38 left to go here in the first half, your score USJ 14 and Trinity 7 on Worthy Road.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
And welcome back. First and goal for the Bruins from their 8-yard line. Here's a man in motion on the end around looking for the edge, stringing it out. Here's a flag, not much doing. He'll get down to about the 5-yard line, but surprise, surprise, we have a flag again.
Yeah, I think they're going to call this on Sane for the hold here. Barksdale, they're trying to work him to the edge there to shoot back around coming out of that timeout. He wasn't able to do it. Yeah, they're going to get Sane there for that hold. Unfortunately, I do think that's the right call. That'll back them up.
This is actually my fault. This is actually my fault.
I agree.
You
I've been saying that for years.
You heard me in the pregame show. It's been clean. Always been clean, no penalties, and now that's all we get.
Yeah.
It's both teams.
It's also the official timeouts, too.
I mean, this
is a collective effort.
The last 2 minutes of game time have come to a complete halt.
I'm not counting, but it's been 17 minutes to get this thing down, 31 seconds.
That's coming upon the officials to get this flow back once again. 7:25, clock running now. Bruins leading 14-7, looking for more. Now first and goal from their own, or from the line, 21-yard line. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking for the swing pass. Has his man. That's Barksdale. 15-10. Has a convoy and untouched into the end zone. Holy smokes. What a beautiful block out in the left side flat. See if you can get that number. But it's Pettigrew to Barksdale, a combo you've heard quite a few times for the Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. Who we got? Is that Raleigh Seals? No, that's Davis Sane.
Davis Sane making those blocks.
And
also
Noah
Noah
got a great
Spencer
block. Yeah.
Out there pushing Pettigrew in clean. And the one thing I noticed is they threw away from Kai Tompkins. He was on the opposite side of the field. Yeah. I think that's smart.
Smart idea. All right, here we go. Cooper Sykes in for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. And your new score with 7:05 left to go in the first half. USJ 21 and Trinity 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Welcome back to Trinity Christian, where after Chuck, the Lions scored the first 7 points of this game. The Bruins now on a 21-0 unanswered run.
Yeah, really good job by the Bruins. Had some penalties there with that drive, so clean that up, but they're starting to click back right.
English with a high wobbler kick that is going to hit and just went out of bounds around the 5-yard line. So Trinity should be getting outstanding possession to start this drive. And I got to tell you, they need something. They need something right now. Trailing, it's only a 14-point game, but as we mentioned, the Bruins have scored the last 21 points, and they're starting to smell a little bit of blood against this young Lions team.
I think that's right, but the Lions do get the ball at half. If they could somehow figure out a way to put points on the board here in this first half, keep it a 7-point game, get the ball to start the second half, you never know.
I'd be trying to get the ball to number 7. A long sustained drive here.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to get the ball to number 7 if I were the Lions.
Let's see if that's what they do. Twins to the right, single wide receiver to the left. Here's Butler from the pistol, handoff to Tompkins. Forget it. Absolutely forget it. Swallowed up. Is that Sawyer from behind? It is. That's big Kanye Sawyer, number 71, catching Tompkins from behind. Just nowhere to go off left tackle for the Lions.
I feel like the defense is starting to figure out a rhythm, too. They're back there. They're back there as soon as the ball snapped. The first couple plays of the game, they weren't. But, yeah, Sawyer came in, no problem.
I promise I'd be doing some Wildcat formations. Direct snap into Tompkins.
I
Ain't
think
no
so.
doubt about that. All right, from the gun, here's Tompkins in motion. Butler with the snap. Quarterback draw around the left side. That's the short side and convoyed out of bounds. He will pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4 yards on the gain, up to the 40-yard line, setting up third, and we'll call it a long 5 for the Lions from their own. And they'll say, actually, that he went out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line, so it'll be 6. 3rd and 6 for the Lions.
Like the idea there for Coach Butler, trying to, run away from Tompkins. Hopefully the defense goes with him, knowing he's your best weapon out there. Butler decided to keep it going to the left, but USJ's got that sniffed out.
It's a big 3rd down here for the Lions. Here's the snap. Butler rolling to his right. O'Neal pressuring him from behind. He's not going to get out of this one. Every player basically that's not in the secondary has met at the quarterback. I don't know if you call this a sack or not.
The gaggle of Bruins in on the tackle. You're right. Everybody but the safeties were in on that. And he tried to go the left side, then tried to swing out right, had to settle for the middle, but it didn't matter. They were there. And 3-yard loss.
And I found myself thinking, young man, please do not plant the throw because Ty O'Neal is coming up behind you, and you will feel that for weeks. And he did not. So that's going to set up 4th down for the Lions. High snap, snagged by Butler. Great job. He gets the kick away, gets a great bounce, and will finally come to rest about the 30 or 20-yard line. I tell you something, that's a 43-yard punt, and Cade Butler did a great job to keep that ball from going over his head on the snap, and then under pressure to uncork a 43-yarder. That's a great job by the quarterback slash punter.
Yeah, that was again. We've seen a couple of high snaps tonight for the Lions. Butler was able to handle that and kick it, and what a roll! He got 10 yards on the roll, on the end-over-end roll there. And Barksdale wisely gets out of the way. You don't want to touch something that hot; it'll burn you. Wisely get out of the way, give your offense a chance to take it down and score.
Yeah, not only is 8 an electric football player, he's also an extremely smart football player.
Yeah, really smart kid. He's got a 4.0 in trigonometry.
He has a 4.0 in one class?
Yeah. Yeah, got an A. Got an A in that class.
All right, here we go. I'll take your word for it. Here's Pettigrew with the snap, looking for his man on the slant. That's Barksdale. He has him at the 30. Foot race to the 40, still on his feet, and now finally still on his feet. Breaks a tackle, then ran out of bounds. And let's see where they spot this football. It's way more than enough for a Thompson and Smith first down. I think they're going to spot him about the 48-yard line. I got to go to Chuck.
You haven't seen arms this stiff since Derrick Henry last year. Look at this stiff arm right here on number 16.
Oh, my
Barksdale
goodness.
Planted. Poor Gabe Lee. Just a freshman. Great stiff arm there.
I mean, honestly, if you go back, if you can see on that replay, it's almost a punch. That's I know a fan just said it right below us after I said it. That's almost a punch. Here we go. Take a look at this here. Let's see.
Yeah, Barksdale breaks open.
Now,
yeah,
watch.
really nice stiff arm.
Right about here. We'll call it a stiff arm. How about
stiff
that?
Arm.
Here's Pettigrew, finds his man out in the flat, and Barksdale cannot hold on to it. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line for the Bruins, but going to Barksdale once again, can't find the completion.
They're breaking in really well. They're doing a good job of jumping the throwing lanes of Pettigrew. They've seen something on tape. He hasn't had a lot of clear lanes on those slant passes tonight.
Boy, but he doesn't need much. I mean, he's an electric football player. You give
When
him
he's
a
so
slither,
tall, too.
Man, he can flat do it. 2nd and 10 for the Bruins from their own 46-yard line. 5:22 left to go here in the first half. Bruins leading 21-7 over Trinity Christian. Now here a little option football to the short side pitch, but well read that time, and Finch popped as he heads out of bounds. Maybe a yard on that one. Extremely well defended by the Lions.
Really good job. You'll see Tompkins here. He's in on every single play. I figured that out now. Look at him dropping back from the safety position here, figuring out it's a run. And who do you think makes contact there? Kai Tompkins, just a freshman. 1-yard gain by Kevin Finch. He's had more 30-yard gains this season than he has 1-yard gains.
This is a huge play for Trinity right here because it's 3rd and long. And if they can keep the Bruins from converting and force a punt here, they got a chance in this last 5 and so to go down. We'll see what happens. As you mentioned, they get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. But if Bruins get this, who knows? Here we go. Here's the snap. Pettigrew stepping up in the pocket across the middle. Fired, complete. Finds his man at the 45, still on his feet. 40, 35. Makes another man miss. Gets a block down the left sideline and cuts back and finally tripped up. about the 14-yard line. I do believe that was Jace Barksdale. Is that right?
Yeah, Barksdale on the reception. Sane on the block. It looks like it's been flagged here. You'll see the first down right over the middle here for Barksdale. He'll take it up. Davis Sane will come out of here blind. Yeah, it's going to be a blindside block or a block there for.
That was at about the 25-yard line, so we'll see where they end up spotting this football. It will be a first down for the Bruins, should be.
Yeah, first down should be good, but it's going to back them up big after that foul. Man, blindside block there on Sane.
Yeah, and it was the right call.
It was. Yeah, go ahead and show this replay here again. You'll see this block. Barksdale had broken out and was well on his way to getting the ball almost to the red zone here for the Bruins. And Sane kind of comes out. All he really needed to do was get in the way. You'll see Seals here release on his block, and Sane coming out, number 5 coming out there. Sane comes in high. It's Will Weiser that was hit there. So that's going to back USJ up. Looks like they're going to this ball right at the 40.
At the 40-yard line, but it is still 1st and 10 for the Bruins with 4:43 left to go here in the first half. Finch to his right. Here's Pettigrew from the gun. It's a give to Finch, bouncing it out to the right side and absolutely nothing doing. Maybe about a yard that time. Extremely well defended by this young pride of Lions.
Braden Waller and Will Weiser in on that tackle. And I haven't seen this. I mean, and maybe it's the bye week, but, I mean, they're stopping Finch in the backfield. He's not finding his lanes. There's 3 lines right there and on that tackle. Of course, obviously, one of them is going to be Kai Tompkins. You just assume he's around the ball everywhere, every time they have it.
2nd and 9 for the Bruins from the Lion 39-yard line with exactly 4 minutes to go here in the first half. USJ leading 21-7. Here's Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap, give to Finch, has a lead blocker, bounces it out, 30, down the sidelines, 20, cuts back, 15, 10 still on his feet, and finally drugged down at the 4-yard line. That's going to be a 31-yard gain and well enough for a Thompson & Smith first down, 1st and goal, USJ.
This is a lot more like what we're used to seeing there. You'll see number 61 swing out Rory Jones to open up that inside lane instead of the outside lane. I like that adjustment there by USJ. David Sane doing a much better job with blocking there and staying in the way, opening up the hole for Finch. Now you got a huge 1st and goal.
This team blocks downfield about as good as anybody you'll see on the high school level. They just do.
Yeah, well, and also off-ball blocking. You know, when you got a guy like Finch who can, I mean, we talk about how powerful he runs. He's also a scat back, too. He's plenty quick. He could be on the right side of the field. Next thing you know, be on the left side of the field. This team blocks everywhere.
Let's see. I don't think they're going to try that fade. Look at him shading Tompkins over there to try to cut that fade. And rolling to his right, finds his man in the flat. That's Finch, and strolls into the end zone for a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. They went away from Tompkins. You saw that he lined up on the left edge. He had a delayed blitz at the end. They knew it, fired to the left, find Finch on the swing pass, and into the end zone from a convoy of blockers. Look at that left side. Yeah. Look at that whole offensive line over there and
Raleigh
bringing him right in.
Sealing off the edge there from that defensive back. He can go in there. Finch can go in there untouched.
Beautiful
Phenomenal job of blocking.
Beautiful play call that time. All right, extra point is going to be blown dead.
A little bit early movement.
So it's going to be a false start on the Bruins. They'll back it up 5 and try it once again. This is English. On the Bruins, they'll rotate their kicker sometimes on the extra point. This time is English.
Well, they scored so much this season. You don't get tired.
Nobody, yeah. Wear out 5 kneecaps, pairs of kneecaps to kick an extra point.
Speaking of worn out kneecaps, so I don't have a chair. I'm in the squatting position here.
What? They haven't kicked it.
They declined the penalty.
But they didn't kick it.
They did the first time. I guess they called the kick good on the penalty
on
the
blew
false
it
start.
Dead.
No, he kicked it.
Did he?
Yeah, he kicked it for sure. He was a low kick. I mean,
That's
it barely went through
on
the
me.
upright. Well, we've had a couple new ones today.
This is a new one
they
on
say
me.
you play the game long enough, you'll learn something new.
If they want to decline it, then they can decline it. So your score with 3:07 left to go here in the first half is USJ.
I'm going to tell you why it's a good idea.
USJ 28 and Trinity 7. Tell me when we come back on Worthy Road Studios. All right, we'll keep it right here, 307. Now you can tell us why it's a good idea.
You don't want them to go for 2. You're afraid if you back them up a little bit, 5 yards, they'd go for 2, right? You don't be chasing the points. Right now, you're just down 21. You know, if you're down 22.
Why would they go for 2 if you backed them up 5 yards? That makes no sense.
The penalty was on USJ.
Right, and they're on offense, so they'd be backed up 5 yards.
That is correct.
The call was on
the
them.
defense declined the penalty. Right, so they were thinking maybe they'd go for 2, and then it'd be 29 points instead of 28.
No reason to go for 2 if you backed up 5 yards. All right, here is the kick, and it is caught at the 5-yard line. Drilled that kick, did English. Big lane on the right side, has a seam still on his feet, and finally taken down, Chuck, at about the 35-yard line. Nice return on that time for the Lions return team.
Yeah, Braden Waller, he's had a big night tonight. Catches the ball, even go close to the goal line. He's been able to open up some holes, and I'm going to say the average starting field position for the Lions has been right around the 35-yard line.
All right, if you're Coach Butler and the Lions, what are you doing here in the last 3? You're down 21. You know you're getting the ball to start the third quarter.
Swinging down to Kai Thompson. I'm handed to Kai Thompson, once to maybe a stretch it to one side or the other, maybe once up the middle, then maybe once on a swing. I'm gonna have him touch the ball 3 times in a row here.
I can't find fault with any of that. I'll be real honest with you. I believe, if I'm seeing correct, is that Cooper Vales in at quarterback right now? I believe that is the case. Now, the right move, as you said, is to hand to Tompkins, but USJ also knew that was coming. Maybe a yard up the middle for Tompkins that time.
Yeah, number 6, sophomore Cooper Vales, grandson of Judy Vales. He's out there right now, just a sophomore. He's a young player as well.
And I'm looking for – and there's Butler right there. He seems to be fine. He's got his own helmet. Seems to be fine. Just looks like it's Vales' turn. And in reality, I'm with you. It's Tompkins' time.
It's Tompkins' time.
Every time. Just over 2 minutes left to go. Here's Vales rolling to his left, trying to find his man out in the left flat, intended for Paxton Harwell, and incomplete, ball thrown just a little bit too low. And unfortunately for the Lions, that sets up 3rd and 9 for the Lions. And if they don't get this, they're about to give the ball back to USJ with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, that incomplete pass stops the clock. USJ still has 2 of their timeouts left here. So you got to think you're going to see a run to either force USJ to use one of those timeouts or to let that clock tick, tick, tick.
So best I can tell is the biggest play of the game right now for Trinity Christian. They need a conversion here. USJ looking to get that stop. Here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Lions from their own 36-yard line. Here's the snap. Vales under pressure, steps up and fires across the middle, incomplete at the feet of the intended receiver. And that was Harwell once again on the intended pass. Incomplete. It wouldn't have been nearly enough for the first down. And with 2:05. They ran almost nothing off the clock. Bruins didn't have to burn any timeouts, and they're going to get this football back with nearly 2 minutes to go.
They are, and that pass was a little bit low. Big line coming at you there.
Here is the punt. It's a wobbler that hits around the 38 and takes another great bounce. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what Chad Butler's a punter. Ain't no doubt about that. He gets a great roll. It finally comes dead about the 24-yard line. So 76 yards is what the Bruins need to get pay dirt once again before the clock runs out in the half. And they have 2 minutes and 5 seconds to get it done. Yeah, and 2 timeouts.
No time ran off the clock on that punt there. So big break for the Bruins.
You say none?
Yeah, it was 2:0. Remember, it was 2:05 on the punt. The ball hit the ground. The ball was in the air. The ball rolled.
Works for me.
Happen quick, baby. Now why not?
Works for me. All right, what's your play here? What are you doing? How are you spending this 125 seconds?
I'm definitely going to I'm going to feed Finch. Maybe I like that Barksdale over the middle. They're jumping the passing lanes on those slants. I like Barksdale over the middle. Maybe if you fake one to Finch. Raleigh Seals has had a quiet evening so far offensively on the receptions.
It's an opportunity to run your 2-minute offense. Here we go. Pettigrew with the snap, under pressure, setting up to the screen to the short side. That Seals breaks a tackle and tripped up after about a 7-yard gain. Seals taken down. Looks like he may have had something but got tripped up by one of the defenders.
Seals made a good play there, and how patient was Pettigrew. I always get nervous on the screens. I'm like, man, you're about to get hit, and you dump it right at the right time, and then all of a sudden, you got your blockers set up. You got a lot of open space.
As long as he stays cool, we're
right.
fine.
I mean, me being nervous
I don't mind you being nervous.
Right.
Here we go. 2nd and 2 for the Bruins. Minute 38 left to go here in the first half. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking to his right, firing. Has a man wide open, completed at the 45. Gets a block. Has a blocker in front of him down the sideline. Davis Sane with the block, and all the way down the sideline into the end zone is Jace Barksdale for a 67-yard touchdown from Perkley Pettigrew. That's a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown for the Bruins, and just like that, the Bruins strike in less than a minute.
You're about to see a house party here on Barksdale Cove. Makes a good grab, has to leave his feet to get this one, but as soon as he does, he turns up the Jets, and this is the blocking that we've seen from Davis Sane and grown to expect it, opening up somebody right there on the 20-yard line. Barksdale plenty fast enough to get in for the touchdown.
He said, you threw me a touchdown. Least I can do is throw you a block. Extra point is in. Let's see. That is Cooper Sykes. It is up, and it is good. And your new score with 1:15 left to go here in the first half. USJ 35 and Trinity 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
We got a Carlock Nissan replay of that touchdown. Pettigrew looking for his man, finds Barksdale at the 45, makes a beautiful juke move, and then gets down that sideline with the speed and look. There's Davis Sane and leading the way and shields him from the defender. By the way, we were being told that extra point was no good. So the actual score is 34-7. For the Bruins. Here's the kickoff. It's a high wobbler that's hit and taken about the 10-yard line on the far side of the field and going out of bounds around the 20. Let's see where they end up spotting that football. It was Weiser on the return. Let's see where they end up spotting that football.
It's going to be right around the 24, I believe.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say 25. Yeah, 24-yard line. Make it the 23 officially. 1:10 left to go. So I'll ask you again.
I like your idea of the Wildcat. He's not touching the ball enough. I mean, I know the Wildcat. You're like, I want to be defended
2 quarters ago.
Yeah, you did. But I mean, like Kai Thompson, you got to get the ball in his hand. He is your best shot. He's your only shot right now. They're not. The USJ defense is getting way too comfortable right now. Let him touch the ball and see if magic can happen.
It hasn't always been pretty in this first half, but it's been effective. Here's the snap to Butler. Finds his man Tompkins out in the flat, but nothing doing. Taken down that time by Alex Wallace coming up on run support. Beautiful angle that time, and Wallace tracks down Tompkins. That was a great job by Butler just to get that football. That snap was low on the ground, but he was able to take that football, but it just threw the timing off.
Yeah, well, Wallace just a sophomore shooting through there, had that play sniffed out immediately, and really nice tackle on a very large Kai Thompson.
Yeah,
Tompkins.
He's been great in run support all year long, Wallace, no doubt. All right, 2nd down, and we'll call it 13 for the Lions. In no particular hurry here, nor should they be. 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Wonder if they'll keep it on the ground. Let's see. They do not. Butler looking for his man. That's Tompkins out into the flat and taken down after about a 2-yard gain. Wrestled down by Sam McMillan, the linebacker, who's having a whale of a season.
Yeah, Tompkins gets it back a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and long 8, may call it 9 here for Tompkins. But, this USJ defense has just got them figured out right now.
That's going to be the final play of the half. No reason to run another one, and they won. It is official now. We are at the half. So after 24 minutes of play, it wasn't always pretty, and the Bruins did not score first, but they scored a whole lot after that, 34 unanswered points. And at the half, USJ leading Trinity Christian 34-7 at the half. Let's go down to George Tennyson, who's with
I'm here at halftime. Coach Michael Stroop, what's your thoughts on the first half, Coach?
Well, we started out slow. It's probably the worst half of football we played all year. Again, we turned the ball over first series right there, and then they got some points out of it. But we've settled in, and they're playing. But we got some unnecessary penalties, undisciplined penalties right here in the first half, and we're fitting to have a little discussion about that.
We talked about that early on. That's what makes y'all so good.
Yeah, it's again, you got 2 weeks off, and then kids are kind of amped up, or maybe not amped up enough, and then we find out they're a little amped up. So we're going to have a little discussion about being more disciplined.
Good luck at the second half, Coach. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, back to you guys up top. Michael Strapp.
All right, so your score at the half, USJ leading Trinity 34-7. We'll take this timeout and come back with the halftime show on Worthy Road Studios.
We're going across the side.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Yes.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop. No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Right quick. And you want a what? A hamburger and a Coke? My treat.
Unmatched patio. Eating local with family is what we're about.
I'll be right
Live
back.
local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
this to say about him. 21 years ago, I was sent by a local radio station to do live cut-ins on a green field at USJ.
I'm in front of camera people, so I was scooting back here.
That would be the first time I ever shared a microphone with Diamond Dave McCulley. Little did I know back then what type of ride I was preparing to go on. Since then, I've had the privilege of covering multiple state championship games and have traveled untold thousands of miles with the man I simply call the voice of sports. Dave has taught me many things about being a broadcaster over the years. He taught me to always be prepared and do your research. He taught me the importance of recognizing the fans and the importance of saying hello to you during the games. Without the fans listening and watching, we have nothing. But most importantly, he taught me to always make sure the broadcasts were about the kids, not us in the booth. The kids are most important of all. Dave and I traveled many a road together, and there are a few places we have not been to in West Tennessee to cover the TCA lines and its kids. If it's God's will, when I grow and become someone in this business, I hope that I can be half the broadcaster that Dave McCulley has become. Here is to hoping for many more years with my partner in crime. Diamond, thank you for all you have done. Thank you for being the voice of sports. Thank you for sharing your gift of broadcasting with the TCA family. And tonight, on behalf of Trinity Christian Academy and the TCA Booster Club, we honor you. We are grateful for God's goodness and faithfulness in your life, and we pray for many more broadcasts in the future. Fans, help us thank the voice of sports, Mr. Diamond Dave McCulley.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits, from immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief. You can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
I have the honor and privilege of standing here with a friend of mine, been a friend of mine and mentor, Dave McCulley. You got well-deserved recognition tonight, Dave. Give me a little thoughts about that.
George, I appreciate that, and it's an honor to be with you too here on the BallGame Blitz. But yeah, it's been a labor of love. You know, I started with Tom Britt back in 1977. I didn't even start counting the games to 82 when I started doing play-by-play. But you know, as they said in the announcement that Stan wrote and TCA wrote, it's all about the kids. It's not about me. It's not about, you know, I've worked with so many different people. Then it's been a labor of love, as I said. But it's all about the kids. You know, at the college level, the young adults, guys and gals. Someone asked me, said, "Well, that's a lot of games." So you have to remember that on basketball nights, it's two nights, not two games, not just one. But God's blessed me with health, blessed me with a great family. I've been married a long time. I think my wife stayed with me because I'm gone all the time. But
you've sold into so many lives, Dave, including me. Is a father, and watch you how you raised your kids and been a husband. You've done it right, and You just given so much admonition unto the Lord every day and day out, and I just honor you for that, my friend.
It means a lot to me, especially coming from a cohort. But it's been, as I said, God's been good to me. He's blessed me. I grew up right outside Memphis, listening to John Ward and Kaywood Ledford, and I always wanted to be a broadcaster, and God allowed me to do that.
What is your plans moving forward?
Well, I'm still going. For the last 2 or 3 years, it's been year by year. But I work at Bethel. I was at Lambeth 18 years, my 12th year at Bethel. And as long as my health holds up, I'm going to just keep going for a few more years.
Well, I'm so proud of you. And I mean, every time, every field, every sport, you do it and do it right, Dave. Thank you for your time, my friend. Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Right,
back to you, Paul. We appreciate it.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town, with another funeral home, or even in another state. But we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big! Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at a Live Hydration Drip Spa.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday 8 to 5 or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Hey gang, Seabass here for the BallGame Blitz on WNWS.com. Brought to you by Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances. Kaufmans.com, 2845 Highway 45 Bypass. By King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive right here in Jackson. By Umpy's Homemade Chicken and Biscuits, 745 Old Hickory Boulevard. By Fullington Team at Keller Williams. FullingtonTeam.kw.com, 731-298-9722, and by Jackson Madison County School System. Choose us. Call 731-345-7011 for a tour. jmcss.org. Now, let's get right back to the action.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Give blood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline.
And Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Champions Enterprise LLC presents Lamont Ingram's 5th annual Hub City Fight Night. It's all happening Saturday, October 29th at Champs Event Center on Hollywood in Jackson. The main event, former World Boxing Organization Super Lightweight World Champion DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley versus Derek Murray. General admission tickets $50 each for the entire boxing card. Call 731-736-1109 or buy online. Sponsored by Budweiser, Thomas Media, and Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel.
And welcome back to Trinity Christian Academy here. We're about a minute and a half away from the start of the third quarter. Your score at the half, USJ leading Trinity 34-7. Chuck, it was the Lions who, after an interception, went down the field, cashed in, got the extra point, had the 7-0 lead, had a lot of confidence going, playing well defensively, and then you know how this Bruin team is. They lean on you, and finally they broke through, and when they broke through, they did it in a big way, scoring 34 unanswered points. The good news is we're not beginning the third quarter under the mercy rule. We're 3 points away from it, so it could happen very soon into this football game in the third quarter, but your impressions of what you saw in the first 24.
You know, the thing I don't like about it, the starting off with the interception, Trinity scoring first, it's kind of like you said, it's a good thing. They're not going to give it to them, and I think that's good. You wouldn't want USJ to just run away with it. I don't like the penalties. I felt like that had been the thing that had really plagued USJ the most. I think Coach Strapp during his halftime interview with George Tennyson talked a little bit about that, but I agree. That's the stuff. There's no reason for it. There was one that took a touchdown off the board. Now, did USJ get to go score right after? Yeah, they scored 2 plays after the penalty. But still, when you're playing a competition that is equal as you are, you can't have that. A lot of times, that's the difference in that. So that's something you can control. Right, you control your attitude, you control your effort. A lot of times you control these senseless penalties. I would like to see a much cleaner second half for the Bruins.
Trinity gets the ball to start the third quarter. What have you been impressed by this young Lion team? I mean, they're very, very young. There's no doubt about it. A lot of their big playmakers are their underclassmen. They fight. I totally get what Coach Butler was talking about to me in the pregame with the fight that this team has. They're just playing a better football team right now.
Yeah, 2 people have really stood out to me. Number 52, Will Keltner. He is a senior, but he has made, I think he had 6 tackles in the first half alone. And obviously Kai Tompkins. Kai Tompkins is a name that we're going to hear about. I mean, think about guys like Jalen Mosley's only a sophomore. Kai Tompkins is the real deal. I expect him to have some offers this year. And he may very well already. I just haven't heard it. But I expect him to have some big-time offers, even as a freshman, because he looks the part.
Now, the frame is certainly there. All right, we are about ready for third quarter action. By the way, NLDS, Daddy's leading the Big Blue 1-0.
Oh, we had a lot of messages about that.
In the top of the third.
Glad you got that out there.
But Blue with working something right now. Runners in first and second and nobody out. Here is the kickoff that will be taken about the 2-yard line for Trinity, cutting back all the way across the field, but to no avail. Swarmed under by the Bruins, going down around the 15-yard line. Trying to string that out that time was Nick Jones. He gets it back to about the 15, and that's where the Lions will set up shop, 1st and 10.
Yeah, his cousin Brooks Jones there on the tackle. I don't really know if they're related or not, but Brooks was coming across the edge there. Brooks really does a lot for this special teams and this defense. Just in general, I would say he's definitely one of the emotional leaders leaders out there. He certainly plays with his hair on fire, but he's made a lot of big stops on special teams.
Yeah, we call his name an awful lot, for sure. He's a heck of a football player, is Brooks Jones. All right, here we go. We start the third quarter. Butler with the handoff to Tompkins off left tackle. Nice run on first down. Tompkins for about 8 up to the 20, we'll call it 21-yard line, setting up 2nd and 2 for the Lions.
That's got to be the recipe. That's got to be what you did in halftime. Hey, guys, how many different ways can we get Kai Tompkins this ball on offense?
Certainly what I'm going to do, for sure. So 2nd and 2 for the Lions. This time from the pistol formation. Here's Butler. Hand off to Tompkins. Cuts back up the middle, and more than enough for a first down all the way to about the 29-yard line. That'll be good for about 6 to 7 yards. And 2 good gains for the Lions out the gate.
Barksdale and Jones in on the tackle there for the Bruins, but maybe that rest did him some good. You know, you don't see Tompkins come off the field hardly at all here for the Bruins. Or for the Lions.
And so here we go. Here's in motion is Tompkins setting up the screen up the middle. Beautiful head fake. He's got a lane. 50, 40, 30. It's a foot race and finally taken down about the 20-yard line. That is number 6, Cooper Vales, also the backup quarterback. But I want you to watch Butler. He totally looked off his receiver, and the defenders bought it. He found Vales, and he hit the gas after that all the way down to the 20-yard line of the Bruins. Huge pickup that time for the Lions.
Yeah, Vales, the sophomore, flashing the speed, and he really is Brooks Jones's cousin there, but really nice. I didn't realize the kid was that fast. Really nice moves there for Vales.
Here we go, trips to the right side. Now here's Butler, drops the ball, but looking for a man, has him wide open and into the end zone. And in 4 plays, the Lions go 86 yards. That is a touchdown from Butler to Braden Waller for the touchdown. And if it wasn't him, there were 2 wide receivers open on the left side. If it's not him, you got another one wide open right here. Just a misplay in coverage that time. And the Lions, just like that, in 56 seconds, strike to get it to 34-13. Here's the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And your new score with 11:04 left to go here in the third quarter is USJ 34 and Trinity 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Go, all right. A 56-second scoring drive for the Lions in 4 plays, 86 yards, capped off by the 21-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions trying to get back in this thing, but still trailing by 20. Bruins getting ready for their first possession. It's an onside kick that is live. It's gone through prerequisite 10. Who has it? It's a big old pileup. And waiting for a signal. The Lions have come up with the football. We told you that's been an issue for the Bruins. They've been caught asleep a couple of times with that on the onside kick, and Coach Butler snuck one in there on them. And the Lions, just like that, have a chance to make this a 2-possession game.
Who would have seen this coming? You're right. That has gotten USJ at least 2 times, maybe 3 times this year that I can think of. As good as this team plays in special teams, those onside kicks – it seemed to give them a little bit of problems there, but the Lions jumped all over that. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game again with 11 minutes and a second to go in the third quarter.
So, Trinity will take over here, 1st and 10 from the Bruin 43-yard line. Holy cow. And just think, it's only been a minute into this first half, or second half. We've already had plenty going down. All right, here we go. Butler from the gun. To his right is Tompkins. 3 wide receiver set. Here's the snap, looking left. Butler going downfield, and that pass is going to be intercepted by Noah Spitz, who jumped that route down around the 15-yard line. They were trying to hit that post, and the sophomore makes a monster play, and just like that, basically erases that onside kick.
Really nice job by Spencer getting up tall there to grab that. I was just about to comment, probably put the jinx on it. Butler throws the ball really well to be as young as he is there, but Spencer, there's been a couple of times tonight. Once with Sane and Barksdale into double coverage, and then another time there with Spencer just throwing into really, really tight coverage, and USJ was able to come away with a big, big pick there.
So here come the Bruins with their first offensive possession of the third quarter. Pettigrew from the gun, Finch to his right. Here's the snap. Here's a give to – no, it's a keep. Calls his own number. He's got a huge lane. That's Pettigrew still going. Cuts back towards midfield, still on his feet, and all the way to the 39-yard line. That's going to be a 25-yard gain and a Thompson and Smith first down.
Yeah, Pettigrew is sneaky fast. You'll see him right here after this snap, and, he throws the ball so much or hands it to Finch that, a lot of times those lanes open up for him, and we talked about it in some of the games. He doesn't run it all the time, but he is plenty athletic to run it.
Yeah.
Plays a mean center field, too.
Yeah, and taking a look at that Carlock Nissan replay, boy, Tompkins bit hard on that fake that time. Nice job by Pettigrew. Nice ball handling. Here we go. Trips to the right. We've seen this formation a few times tonight, setting up that receiver screen out on the right side flat. Great blocking. Has a man still on his feet, making people miss, and finally taken out of bounds in Lion territory. That is Jace Barksdale with an outstanding catch, but the story of that one is the blocking by his receivers in front of him.
Really good blocking everywhere here. That little swing pass out right there to Barksdale. Yeah. He lets a couple of things happen for him. Good job by Davis Sane there to seal it up, and he's right there taking out of bounds just across the halfway line.
Spence and Sane both had outstanding blocks on that, setting up that screen. So that Thompson and Smith first down is down to the 47-yard line for the Bruins into Trinity Christian territory. 1st and 10. Pettigrew from the gun. Twins to the right. Play action now, rolling under pressure, rolling across, finding his man, but incomplete, in and out of the hands of his safety valve that time. Was that Raleigh Seals he was trying to hit? And maybe a little mustard on it, but Raleigh couldn't haul it in, and that'll set up 2nd and 10 for the Bruins.
When you roll to your left and you're a right-handed quarterback, this is one of the hardest passes to make there. Seals had a chance to get that when it was maybe a little high.
Maybe a little behind him. Looked like
had maybe
to
a little behind him, too. Kind of thinking hit his left shoulder pad. Had a chance to make it. That's a tough pass to throw with accuracy, running to your left and throwing with your right hand.
2nd and 10 for the Bruins into Lion territory. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the snap. Fakes to Finch, looking for the slant. Has it at the 40. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, and finally down at the 35-yard line, or just shy of it. That's going to be Barksdale once again.
Barksdale's right up, but I really like when they get Barksdale alone in the middle. I feel like that's where he can do the most damage, keep him away from the edge, give him a little bit of space to run there, just an easy slant, and he's right there.
Let's see if they look for Noah Spence on a go down there on that left sideline. Hadn't targeted him this much. I don't know if they've targeted him tonight, have they?
He's had the pick. Has he had the target? I don't think so, no.
How about Noah Spence on this drive? Spencer paying it off on a straight go down the sideline off play action. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Finch in the gun. It's option to the right, to the left side, swinging out in the flat, and just behind the intended receiver. Incomplete that time, looking for his man, and down on the field, and not what you want to see. That's Jace Barksdale. He's not able to get up yet, a little bit of pain, and he is still down on the ground. I can't tell what the injury is. Didn't look like much. Let's see if we can see here. I think, I don't want to speculate. I can't tell, but Barksdale still down right now.
Yeah, he's holding his leg there. Some of the USJ sideline was wanting to flag as that pass was coming in. The defender never turned around, never took a look at it or anything. Spence coming in here with Seals. Barksdale still down. Yeah, still down on that sideline. Hopefully it's something they can stretch out.
No, and he's an absolute difference maker, so you hate that. He's down, got back to action. Here we go. Here's Finch with the handoff, straight up the middle, maybe a gain of a yard. He is popped, and outstanding job by that defensive line of Trinity.
Yeah, Will Keltner coming in again. He's hitting Finch hard. I haven't seen him or anybody hit Finch this hard all season long. And also number 57, give it up for him. We don't have a name or a number for him, but he's really played big tonight too.
Okay, we got that thank you to the house announcers. Mark Van Buren is 57. Here is the pass. It is actually completed to Davis Sane, but for a very little gain, maybe a yard. That'll get him down to about the 34-yard line, but that's going to set up 4th and about 8 for the Bruins, Chuck.
Look at that high snap here. This play was messed up from the beginning. Threading the needles, Pettigrew to Sane, I do not know. And then Davis Sane, 6'6", caught that ball about 2 feet off the ground. Short gain, but better than what it looked like it was going to be a big loss for the Bruins.
Well, they're obviously not in punting territory. They're going to go for this 4th and 8 from the Lion, 34-yard line. Pettigrew with the snap, swing pass out into the flat, looking for a screen, makes a man miss, but nothing doing. Can't escape the tackle. That number on there, if you don't mind.
Will Keltner again.
Will Keltner with the tackle, and that will turn over on downs. And with exactly 8 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, the Lions have held. They'll take over the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 32.
You know, offensively, this has not been the performance we have seen from USJ over the past few weeks. They've certainly had some big plays and had some trick plays to put some points on the board. But as far as just the chunk yardage, moving the ball down the field, you got to give a ton of credit to this Trinity team for really stifling them.
All right, I need your help here. 1 and 2. Snell's got the sacks juiced. 2 outs, and induces a pop up. The Dodgers will leave the sacks loaded. I love it. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 33-yard line. Here is Butler rolling to his right, looking for his man out in the flat, and just out of the hands of number 6. That's Cooper Vales. Had the touchdown a few minutes ago. Can't hold on to that one.
Yeah, just right through his hands there, maybe a little bit high there. But, again, I'm really impressed with how Butler spins the ball. There's some really good quarterback play in this region here.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, this region 2A.
34-14, Bruins lead, 7:52 left to go here in the third. Here's Vales in motion. Fakes the handoff to Tompkins, now hits Vales in flat, but there's nowhere to go. Met by a host of Bruins. Looked like Brooks Jones was first on the scene along with Noah Spencer.
Yeah, Brooks Jones and Cooper Vales are cousins. Nice tackle there by Brooks. That's got to be fun, hanging out in a couple of weeks.
Are they or are they not cousins?
No, they are.
They are. Okay.
They are 100% cousins.
All this cousin talk, I can't tell who's who anymore.
Speaking of cousin talk, Alabama and Tennessee play tomorrow at 2:30. Go Vols. And if you date your cousin, you can say Roll Tide.
You've really got to get
I'm sorry,
over
what
that.
happened?
3rd and 8 for the Lions. Thank you. 3rd and 8, dropping straight back, trying to set up that middle screen. Completed, but taken down. What a play that time. Was that Alex Wallace?
Of course it was. Number 11 coming through there. Keeps that sniffed out.
Yeah, they had that middle screen set up, and it looked like they may have something out of nowhere. Here comes Wallace. See, I'm creeping up to the line of scrimmage, and if I say, I see, that don't look right to me. And if he doesn't make that tackle, if he's able to cut back to the left, maybe Brooks Jones has a chance. But if not, that's going to be a big gain, maybe a first down. But the Bruins have held on this possession. So now 4th and 7 for the Lions, and they'll have to punt. Here's Butler with a high wobbler that will be taken at the 37-yard line along that left hash, still on his feet, into Lion territory, down to about the 46-yard line. That is Jace Barksdale. So apparently all's well with Barksdale.
Yeah, huge sigh of relief for every single Bruin fan out there right now. You need this guy healthy. You need this guy. He does so much for this team. But, we're still a 20-point game, just a 3-score game, plenty of time left. The USJ offense really needs to put some points on the board here.
I mean, or just, you just look. We're just so used to them blowing everybody out front. But this is an improved Trinity Christian team, and a year from now, they're really going to be something to deal with.
I think so too, and they play so hard. Coach Butler described it perfectly to you in the pregame.
Bruins will begin this drive in Lion territory at the 46. Here's a snap, pump fake, and that time he and Spence just not on the same page. Incomplete, out of bounds, second down and 10 for the Bruins.
Yeah, talk about the pressure here that the Lions are getting. They've done this all night long. They're not letting Pettigrew get comfortable back there to pass. Now, it's turned into some big plays for him when he's decided to keep the ball and run. There's been some open lanes, but they have made a decision to pressure him all evening long.
Second and 10. Here's that trips formation to the right. Let's see if they set up that screen again. That's exactly what they're going to do, and it's wide open for them once again. Couple of great blocks, but the Lions do a better job of closing down. But look at Barksdale making a man miss. Still going down to the 35, down to the 25, and finally taken down. Actually, they'll say that he stepped out of bounds. Is that right? Was he that close to the sideline?
We got a flag is what it is. I thought I saw a flag come out, and I believe I just heard it too.
They're marking it at the 30. And as Chuck mentioned, we do have a flag on the play, and it looks like this one's going to be against the Bruins. Block in the back by the Bruins.
That's Sain's second big penalty. He's had some really nice blocks clearing the lanes for a touchdown, but that's his second big penalty blocking tonight.
Now, it will spot the ball at the 40, so we'll be looking at, according to this, down in distance will be second down at the 40, and it'll be second and about 4 for USJ with 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter and leading 34-14 over Trinity. From the gun, here's Pettigrew, Finch to his left. Here's the snap. Under pressure, rolling, and he's going to go down. He'll be sacked all the way back in Bruin territory, all the way back to the 48-yard line. I don't know if it was a blown assignment. We'll look at this Carlock Nissan replay, but Pettigrew was under pressure the second that ball was snapped. Yeah, delayed blitz from the backside. Nobody picked him up. And get that number for me if you can. Chiquita, was that 3?
3, that's Colby Moore.
Number 3, Colby Moore with the sack. Setting up 3rd and 16. Not quite a cab ride, but there's a long way to go. Bruins will need the 37-yard line for the first down. I got breakfast that said it gets it. I got breakfast that said it gets it.
This aggressive defense has really, really had some big plays tonight against the Bruins.
Look how far Spencer's set out. He's almost to the sideline. Here's the snap, looking, firing across the middle, complete to Barksdale on that crossing pattern. He ends up just past the 45-yard line into Trinity territory around the 44. Now, that's going to set up 4th and about 8. So if you're Coach Strapp here, they're only 6 yards away from midfield. I think we may see the punt team for the first time tonight.
Looks like we are, yeah. They're bringing them in, the punt unit coming in on the field here. And you're right, yeah, 4:32 to go in the first half. It's the first time we've seen the Bruins punt.
Yeah, so Trinity has held here once again, and USJ on to punt is English for the first time tonight. Nobody back deep for the Lions. They're not buying it. Here's the snap. Oh, his knee was on the ground. They did not see that, but his knee was absolutely, or it sure looked like it was on the ground.
It was close.
But the punt goes into the end zone. We'll take a look on the Carlock Nissan replay, but I sure thought that his knee, that the punter's knee was on the ground. Let's see. No, we'll need it back further than that. All right, here we go. Let's see. The snap.
Ooh, that knee's on the ground.
That knee was on the ground for sure.
That knee was definitely
Bruins
on the
catch
ground.
A break here. Because that knee was definitely on the ground when he got that football. So the Bruins get the ball first and 10. Excuse me, the Lions get the ball first and 10. 4:03 left to go with, 4:03 left to go here in the third quarter, and USJ leading Trinity 34-14.
If they'd have called him down there, that's about a 35-yard swing.
Monster swing is what that would have been, no doubt about it. But nonetheless, Lions will begin this possession from their own 20. Here's the snap, the low snap, and given to Tompkins off left tackle. Nothing doing that time.
Yeah, Brooks Jones coming in, sealing it up, tackling Tompkins low there. We got a player down.
I think Tompkins is the player that is down. I do believe. Is that right?
I think so as well.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, I can't quite tell because there's a couple of people in front of him. Yeah, that's Tompkins. He is down, and he appears to be in a good deal of pain. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and take this break with him because he is down right now. So with 3:54 left to go here in the third quarter, your score, USJ 34 and Trinity 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Well, Kai Tompkins is being helped off the field by a couple of assistants, and he's not really able to put much pressure at all on that left leg right now, Chuck.
No, he's not, and what a spectacular freshman we've had the pleasure to watch, excuse me, all evening long. Hopefully they'll be able to get something worked out on the trainer's table down there.
Yeah, and he's some kind of player. That's a big blow for Trinity. I hope that young man is okay. They've got him on the training table now, and we'll see if we can find out anything about the outstanding freshman. But the game goes on. Here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. The snap handoff off right tackles. Got a little room, still breaking tackles, runs into one of his own men before finally being taken down. I believe that was number 3, Colby Moore, on the carry. He will pick up about, let's see what they give him, about 3 or 4 yards. We'll call it 4 yards, setting up 3rd and 6 for the Lions.
Yeah, Moore gets a really nice block here, running hard, trying to find his way through. Looked like he got shot out of a cannon. And, you know, sometimes those guys, these younger guys, are not going to be as tall as the juniors and seniors. A lot of times they're harder to see, and Moore has good speed. I was impressed with Vale's speed on his reception.
Yeah, it looked like there was something there for a second. And it looked to be a lot more than a 4-yard gain as it is 3rd and 6 for the Lions. USJ up 20. Now here's Butler rolling to his right across his body. Now fires, and it is tipped. And did he haul it in before he went out of bounds? Let's see. He absolutely did. What a circus catch of an interception by Brooks Jones. Holy cow, I didn't think he was going to be able to keep his feet in. He jumps the route here out of the left flat. You see that Butler throws it across his body, tips it a couple of times, back to himself, and does a high wire act. Finally stays in bounds, hauls it in before going out of bounds about the 27-yard line. And the Dadgum Bruins are in business now at the Trinity 26.
Unbelievable play by Brooks Jones there. You'll see it tip him to himself and keep his feet down within the sideline. But you know what he's done all season long here? I say all season, past 4 or 5 games, Coach Strapp and his defensive coordinators have felt comfortable putting him into coverage. He has actually gone out on some coverage assignments.
I thought that was a flag right there
it's
on that
not,
right hash. Okay, I see. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 26. Here's a gift to Finch straight up the middle. Has a hole. There it is. 20, 10, 5, and into. Did he get in? He was tripped up. Did that knee hit the ground? It did not. That is a touchdown. A Garrett Heating and Plumbing touchdown. That dadgum thing on the field through. I was like, that's a flag, but it's that blue. It's that pink marker. There you go. Outstanding run. That's what we're used to seeing. That interior, that offensive line setting up a crease, and Kevin Finch bussing in, hitting it for a back-breaking touchdown for the Bruins.
Really nice play, and you're right. That's exactly what you're used to when you see Kevin Finch run the ball up the middle.
Yeah, you can see it setting up perfectly, no doubt about it. Here's the extra point by English. It is up, and it is good, and your new score. With 2:41 left to go here in the third quarter at Trinity Christian, it's your USJ Bruins 41 and Trinity 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
I'm going to have to smack Chuck around up here. Don't you be jinxing my Padres is all I got to say.
Nobody jinxing it. You're the one that don't like Will Myers.
Oh, I do now.
Well, he just struck out, so there you go.
I hate Will Myers. 1-0 Daddies, bottom of the third. Runners on first and second.
All you West Coast baseball fans out there?
Feel free to not talk. Is it wrong to pray for laryngitis? C-Dub in the house. Here we go. Bruins back up by 27. Still under the mercy rule. Been a minute since we've been to the fourth quarter and not been under it. English swinging that monster right leg. And look, he got all of that one and into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. That's one of the better kicks of the night.
Yeah, English has got the leg. He's getting a little bit more comfortable. He had, coming off the bye week, had to get that leg back stretched out good there. But that's much more what we're used to seeing. Who's this?
Hassan Kim.
Hassan Kim. Is he that guy that played second base for you guys last year?
No.
There's literally a person right there.
He's played a couple things, but he's had to be the shortstop this year. And he's played all-star level. The first was for the injury and then the cheating.
Right.
Yeah. You don't leave out the injury.
The injury they got in the offseason riding a dirt bike?
Yeah. They didn't tell anybody about until they got to spring training. Oh, by the way.
Seems like a good dude.
Oh, by the way. All right, let's see what the Lions have here. Trailing 41-14 from their own 20-yard line. And still looking, and Tompkins still on the training table. Butler from the gun. Here's the snap, handoff straight up the middle, off the right side, bouncing and picking up about 4 yards on that carry. That was number 3, Colby Moore on the carry.
We're able to get a good view from where we're standing here right in front of the press box, and they do have on Kai Tompkins, they've got some ice, looks like that knee.
Left knee.
Right there on that left knee, and that's what we saw on the replay a few minutes ago too, so don't know if we'll see him again tonight, but hopefully it's nothing bad at all.
2nd and 6 for the line. Here's Moore up again. Now he's got a nice little acceleration right up the middle. I thought he was going to go down right there for about a 2-yard gain. Instead, keeps those feet moving and has enough to move the sticks.
Huge first down for the Lions. And I tell you, for a team that's undersized as they are and losing by far their biggest asset on offense and defense, they're still fighting.
1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 30-yard line. We've got movement, I do believe.
Yeah, it's on that right side. It looks like that's going to be a false start, and they're walking him back.
It's a false start. Back it up. 1st and 10 will now become 1st and 15 for the Lions. Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. USJ leading 41-14 over Trinity.
Yeah, just got an update from the press box. Number 7, Kai Tompkins. Why can I say his name? Tompkins, thank you, is out for the rest of the game.
Be out for the game. Here's a pass out of flat that's going nowhere. Matter of fact, it's going to be backed up. It's going to be a loss on the play. Great defense that time by number 21. That's Hutchison with the tackle. Ryan Hutchison with the tackle for a loss. And that will spot the ball all the way back to, let's see where they put that, about the 21-yard line. So you're looking not quite a cab ride, but third and about 18 or 19 for the Lions.
Yeah, going the wrong direction here. This is not what you wanted. Had a couple big plays to start this drive off, but now it's going the wrong way, and it's going there quick.
And it's danger time for the Lions. They need a conversion right here because USJ threatening to send this one into the mercy rule. All right, here we go. Butler looking for his man, finds him completed, breaks a tackle, and actually makes a nice gain out of it, about 16-yard gain up to about the 38-yard line. Now, it's not enough for the first. It's going to set up fourth down, but it'll be fourth and about, what do you think, a manageable 3. The question is, I don't think it's really a question. I mean, you go for it here.
Oh,
right?
100% you go for it. Yeah, you got no choice but to go for it. Alex Wallace on the first down saving tackle there, but really nice play.
3rd and 3, but this should be 4th.
3rd and 3.
We'll take it 3rd and 3 then. Here we go. Here's the handoff, and straight up the middle, plowing all the way up to the 40-yard line. It's not going to be quite enough for the first down. It'll bring up 4th and about a long one for the Lions. So we'll have the conversation again.
I'm still
Surely
going.
You go for it.
I'm
right?
still going for it. I'm going for it on 3rd and 4th down from here on out.
I'm missing a play on this route. I thought that would that. Okay.
You know what? Just because it's been one of those nights, I gave him a first down anyway. No need for a decision.
That's not a first down. They gave that. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Good enough for me. It's a 27-point game. Here we go.
They start attempts are dropping, baby.
And that's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Lions will not snap it again. We will go to the 4th here at Trinity Christian. Your score, USJ 41 and Trinity 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Welcome back to Trinity Christian Academy here, where we begin the 4th quarter, and your Bruins on top of TCA 41-14. Bruins up by 27. Lions with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Look at all these Bruins in the box. Look here. Let's see what happens. Pressure blitz from the backside, and this time Butler just throws it away. That's all he really could do. Did you see the way they walked those backers up right there just before the snap and shot that gap?
Butler doing his best here, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah,
he drops back 5, 7, 10 yards and just heaves it back a little bit past the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 for the Lions from their own 40-yard line. Here's the handoff. Not much doing this time. Maybe a gain of about 2 for TCA on 2nd down. I believe that is Kobe Morgan.
Yeah, it is, and Sam McMillan in there on the tackle as well.
It's getting slightly windy out here.
It's getting a little windy, a little chilly. I'm dropped down watching the camera. I'm seeing what you're seeing at home. I'm wearing my short britches.
Yeah, you and me both. This may be the last week for that.
I hope not.
Well, the 20s next week for most of the week. So here we go. Low snap. Here's Butler with a sidearm pass that nearly gets through about 4 USJ defenders. No, he's a crafty player. He really is. He's got that kind of a hole where he kind of looks you off. You know, he completed a pass like that in the first half. But look at this. I mean, it's incomplete, so it is what it is, 4th down. But, man, look at that. How he nearly threaded that needle through that defender. And Davis saying, boy, you saw that 6'5" frame closing, and he looks like a condor coming through.
Well, those guys from Avatar.
All right, so the Lions, nothing to lose here. Well, they decide to punt it. So it's a high punt. There was nobody back for USJ. It hits at the 27 and rolls down to about the 21-yard line. And with 11:11 left to go in this football game, that's where the Bruins will take over 1st and 10.
Still first-team offense out here for the Bruins.
Next week, 7 days from this very moment, Chuck and I will be, along with the great folks here at Worthy Road Studios, we will be in Cordova, Tennessee, as the USJ Bruins do battle with the Griffins from St. George. They got an electric quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
It'll be a heck of a game then.
Well, I'm not going to say all of that. I think USJ is the decided favorite, and they should win. Jackson Christian beat St. George 34-25, I think it was.
Good game.
So they're not a bad football team, but the Bruins are the better football team. But you never know. When you head to the 901, you take your chances. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's a give to Finch, straight up the middle. Patient running, good enough for 2 or 3 yards on first. No particular reason to do much, but, grind things out the rest of the way.
Yep, flag does come out near the pile.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to.
Nope. Still 11:03 on the clock in the game.
But Chuck is saving my bacon here. Thank you for this very
You're
much,
welcome.
by
You're
the
welcome.
way.
I told you need to get Hulu.
Thank you. Hulu.
Face mask against the defense.
Face mask on the Lions. And it looks like the personal foul kind that'll move the ball all the way up to the 38-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Bruins. Should we call that a Thompson or Smith first down, even if it was from a face
first down
mask?
to first down? Sure.
Still
why
a first
not?
down,
Still
right?
a first down, yeah.
Sure,
get the
Roger
yards.
won't be upset about it.
No. Let me talk to you about your insurance.
Oh, Raj. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins from their own 38-yard line. Pettigrew with the handoff to Finch. He is still on his feet and maybe a yard, not much more doing. I will say this. I agree. I think that Trinity Christian's front four have done about as good a job, at least for the most part in this game, against Kevin Finch as about as anybody we've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's Van Buren there on the tackle. He's had a heck of a game, too. He and also Will Keltner defensively have had such a big game here tonight for the Lions. They've been on all the tackles.
Yeah, they got a couple of really solid defensive linemen. All right, second and they'll say they had 2, so 2nd and 8 for the Bruins. Here's play action on the slant. And was that tipped? It's incomplete. I believe that pass was tipped.
It's one of those passes where the nose is a little low. It's kind of coming down the whole way.
Let's take a look on
spinning.
this
Maybe
Carlock
it hit at the line.
Instant replay as they set up that slant from the slot. Play action and
This tip linebacker
it was
got
Keltner. Keltner. Yeah, that was Will Keltner, number 52, who got his hands on that football. It was 3rd and 8. For the Bruins from their own 38-yard line. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's the gift to Finch. A little delay. Cutting back now, stepping back outside once again. And it's just waves of defenders. Finch does a great job to get 3 or 4, but it won't be enough. That'll set up 4th down for the Bruins from their own, we'll call it 43-yard line. And looks like the Bruins for the second time tonight are going to have to punt.
These two teams have gone touchdown to touchdown, punt to punt so far in the second half.
Punt to punt. A pesky bunch of Lions, isn't it?
Yeah, they're tough out.
But you look at it, and it's a 4-touchdown game. I think that's just a testament to this Bruin team. Boy, there's a high punt that is taken in at the 27-yard line. Well, how about the hang time on that one for English? Turned over beautifully.
That's a great point. You're talking. You're up 27 points against a rivalry game, obviously in the same town, in same region. And you're kind of not disappointed, but you're kind of like, man, I can't believe this one's so close. And that does speak to the kind of season that USJ has
it's not
had
a close game.
up to this point. It's not, but yet you're still feeling like, wow, I can't believe it's 4th quarter, and we don't have the running clock yet.
Can the Bruins hold on? Well, yeah, they're going to hold on.
Yeah, I know,
They're
but
up 27,
it feels different. But yeah, what a great job for them, and what does it say for what they've done this season and what the expectation is of this team?
I'm not the only one feeling it. I was like, is this me or is this?
Yeah. I know, it's 27 points, Chuck. Calm down.
I'm
like, Lord, I don't know.
Here we go. Here's Butler from the gun. A little jet around, a little pass completion, strung out and taken down. Nasty hit right there. Was that Brooks Jones that led the way? I'm going to tell you something right now. That's a decleater right there. Cooper Vales. He pops up. He's fine. But let's take a look at this replay. This little pop pass right here in motion and coming across. Who is that makes that hit? It's Ty O'Neal, who ropes him from behind. We haven't called Ty's name a whole lot tonight. Double nickel with a big hit that time. A gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Lions. Now here's a give for Moore. Colby Moore off left tackle. Get up to about the 32-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and 5. Make it 3rd and a long 4 for the Lions. Still reeling over that hit from Ty O'Neal.
He said, "You're going to talk about him some." That's McMillan in on the tackle there for the Bruins. And, still first-team defense out there as well.
Sam McMillan. Butler from the gun, make that trips to the left, low snap, but taken in. Now here's Moore straight up the middle, and he'll only get about 2 yards, so that's going to set up 4th down. I would think if that's your play call that you're going to go for it. But you never know. It's still 4th down and a long 2 for the Lions from their own 34-yard line. But with less than 8 minutes to go and down 27, you really have nothing to lose at this point.
Now, Colby Moore coming off to the sideline here. Looks like he may have rolled his ankle a little bit, coming off trying to get.
Now, they're still on an offense here. Trips to the left. Single wide receiver, man coverage down here on the bottom. Let's see if they take advantage of that. But when you got this long-legged rascal named Davis Sane, here's a direct snap to the running back who is slung down to the ground. That's Sam McMillan once again, and I'm not sure what happened right there. But that ball was not snapped to the quarterback. Look here, Chuck. It's snapped directly to the running back this time. Maybe on purpose. I'm not sure.
Like
it was
a low
snap. But Sam McMillan never bought it, and he slams him down to the turf at the 30-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will take over 1st and 10 with 7:28 left to go here in the game. And by the way, Trent Grisham just hit a bomb.
I'm going to tell you something you don't see a lot in high school games is usually they won't let the band play right before they snap the ball. But you certainly never hear the home team's band play when the home team has the ball on offense before a snap. That's I've never. Those are beautiful
first team offense still out. Trips to the right. Finch in the backfield. He gets the handoff. A huge haul off left tackle. Makes a man miss. He's going to sprint into the end zone for a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. He made one man miss to the left, and you could see it was house call after that. Kevin Finch into the end zone once again from 27.
Yeah, and this line team has played so hard all night. You can see the fatigue starting to set in. They're outnumbered, outsized a little bit. They're getting tired. I don't blame them. We're all getting a little tired. But Kevin Finch is doing his thing for his 2nd score of the evening.
There was only one defender on that side of the field, and once he made him miss, which was a linebacker who had no chance against Finch. Now here's Cooper Sykes with the extra point. It's up, and it is also good. So your new score with 7:07, and we are now under the mercy rule again for the 6th time in 8 games. USJ 48 and Trinity 14 on Worthy Road Studios.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Get yourself together, Chuck Walker.
Oh, boy, I'll try.
I was about to make a call on that pitch. Here is English with the kick. Look how high this one's in. And it's going to be taken about the 18-yard line by Trinity and eventually out of bounds around the 32-yard line, 14-yard return. 5:28 left to go in this football game. And as you'll notice, that clock is running because in the second half. Now, if this was last year, it would not be under the mercy rule because it would be 35 in the second half, but now it's 30.
Yeah, and I think the TSAA did the right thing there. You know, if it's 30, 35, come on, let's go. Let's
certainly did right by us.
Yeah, well, and that's really all I cared about.
This is the last regular season game in Madison County. Last two games will both take place in the 901.
For the Bruins.
Clearly.
Well, you say that. I mean, somebody
that's fair.
Somebody could be listening.
That's fair. I'll ride with that. Here's the handoff in the backfield. Not much happening here. And let's take a look. Is this the entire first-team defense? It still is, yeah.
Still is. That's 57, Braden Roberts in on the tackle. He got a hold of him, didn't let him go, but he wasn't, Sykes didn't go down easy.
He gets overshadowed a little bit by Ty O'Neill, but he's had a very good season himself.
He really has.
It's going to be a loss of a yard, setting up 2nd and 11 for the Lions with 4:20 left to go in this game.
How does that make you feel?
Physically or emotionally?
Both.
Physically, no feeling at all. Emotionally, amazing. Like a whole new person. Here we go. 2nd and 11. Here's the snap. It's bobbled but taken and still on his feet and not any longer. Going to be swarmed under by a host of Bruins, and having a hard time getting up is Butler, but finally is able to do so. Just swarmed under. We've had a couple low snaps for the Lions tonight.
Yeah, snaps have been a problem spot tonight for the Lions, and I don't blame them. I mean, they're outside. Look, if you're the center, look who you're matched up against.
And that time it wasn't low. It's just a little far to the right.
It's been we've had low. We've seen a high snap or two.
That's right.
On the punt. So it's been some tough snaps tonight for the Lions, but they'll get that cleaned up.
When it all shakes out, it's 3rd and about 14 for the Lions. Trips to the left. Here's the snap off to the left again, and Butler has to go down and eat it once again at his own 19-yard line. So not a great possession that time for the Lions.
No,
that's a carbon copy of the play before. If you look here, it wasn't low. It's to his right. Watch this. See that?
Yeah,
about
it
a
is
foot
just to his right. You're right.
Over to his right, and unable to come up with it. He was able to fall on the football, but that brings up 4th, and this truly is a cab ride. And we'll see what Trinity elects to do here with less than 3 minutes left to go in this football game. Here's the snap. It's going to be a punt. Butler gets it away. Nobody back deep for the Bruins. Hits at the 47 and will come to rest at the 38-yard line. And that's where the Bruins will take over. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jackson Strapp here in this second-team offense. Titus Taylor Jr.
Yeah, it may be Taylor time. There's no doubt about it. 2 minutes and clicking, 2.5 minutes and clicking on the clock here. I think you're maybe right, but really good game. And, if the score holds here, if USJ can hold, they still haven't given up 19 points in a win. I mean, this defense has really played good. Was it 19-14?
Yeah,
was that the score of the
19-6?
19-6. That was the score of the Union City game.
They have not surrendered 20 points in a game all season long.
Yeah, really important to keep that going. That's very impressive.
Oh, they want to do that.
I would think.
I mean, the goal is to win, and then they're certainly going to do that, but they've been so efficient. Wasn't as clean tonight? Wasn't as clean tonight at sometimes with the penalties and mistakes, but
and you think a lot of that's coming off the bye?
They've overcome every bit of that.
You think a lot of that's coming off the bye?
I think it's coming. I do. I do, and I doubt Coach Strapp will accept that. But he's like, because you want it done right, regardless if you had a bye or not. But still, they're going to get the win, and they're going to improve to 7-1 on the season and undefeated in region play. Titus Taylor Jr. on the play. He'll lose about 3 or 4 yards, but the second-team offense is in the game for the final 85 seconds of this one.
We thought we'd see him. I thought we'd see him a little bit before now. I thought we'd see him before 2 minutes coming in, but still, it's still important time that you get an important experience on a Friday night under the big lights with full stands. So really be good for Titus and Jackson Strapp and all these guys out here.
And this second-team offense has moved the football this year for sure, and they usually are playing the first-team defense. Here's a give to Taylor. He's swarmed under. He'll lose about 5 yards in the backfield. And he still didn't go down, by the way. And I'm going to tell you what. Kevin Finch is going to move on after this year. He's a senior. Titus Taylor Jr. is going to be an important player.
I think so, too. And I think, he reminds me. The way they run and their speed and the way they both have the ability to cut left and right is so impressive. But I think next year we'll be looking at a carbon copy of Kevin Finch.
Yep, Titus Taylor Jr., just a junior, so he'll be back next year for his senior year, and he's standing to the left of freshman quarterback Jackson Strapp, son of head coach Michael Strapp. We're down to the final 20 seconds of this one. This should be the final play of this football game if they have to snap it. Play clock. They will snap it, and they'll give it to Taylor, and he'll be swarmed under for a loss. So if you look at the box score and you see the negatives, he didn't do anything wrong. They were just running this one out, and that is the final play of the game. So when it is all said and done, your USJ Bruins have improved to 7-1 on the season. Your final score from Trinity, USJ 48 and Trinity Christian 14. We'll take this quick timeout. Come back, and wrap it up for the postgame show right after this on Worthy Road Studios.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil.
Coach, win's a win. I mean, tell me your thoughts.
Second half, I didn't think we played with the intensity that I wanted, and we've got to get better at that. But it's a region win, region champions for 2022, and you can't go wrong with a win. So
gutsy play by these kids.
But we've got to pick up our intensity level a little bit coming out of the second half tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud of them. I know you are too. I know no injuries. You got some great things to move on, look forward to, like momentum going into it. What's your game plan this week?
You talking about next week?
Yeah, this next week. Yeah.
Well, we'll get into film on Saturday and see our next opponent. So, right now we're going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, good job, Coach. Proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, back to y'all, Paul, up top.
Home furnishings,
Thank you, George. Appreciate
appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Back here for the happy final, your Bruins improve to 7-1 on the season and stay undefeated in region play with a 48-14 win over Trinity Christian. We're about to bow out of here, but Chuck, get your final thoughts on what you saw tonight.
Well, it's a great night of football. I was glad to be back. Obviously, some good things to work on next week in practice against a really good St. George team. Be a big challenge for the Bruins, so I'm excited to see that. But, yeah, I think the coaching staff has seen what they need to see to say, here's the screws that need to be tightened.
Indeed. 48-14, your final. And let's remember, the Lions struck first. So the rest of the way, the Bruins outscored Trinity 48-7. And this team has been so dominant all year, it only just It just kind of felt like, you know.
That feels so bad.
I
Can't believe the game was so close because it really wasn't.
It's a
but it felt like it
5-touchdown
was.
win, but yeah, that's just, and it just speaks to how good this football team has been all season long. So 7 days from now, we are going to head to the 901 for St. George and USJ in the second to last regular season game. We'll wrap up the regular season 2 weeks from tonight back in the 901 as they'll take on Harding Academy, the Lions, to wrap up that season. The Lions are winless on the season. Their first win will not be against USJ. We can promise you that. So let's do this. For a whole cast of people, there's a whole lot of people that make this work. All the great people at Worthy Road Studio, Paul, his entire team, they are top shelf best in the business. My man, Chuck Walker.
Thank you, sir.
Color commentator. He's only been a color commentator for one season, but he's doing a bang-up job.
Oh, look at me. Look at me doing things and stuff.
Yeah, doing a bang-up job for sure. Of course, our producer and director, Bryce Mott, doing his thing. And by the way, speaking of Bryce, he's got the postgame show coming your way on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. It won't be a long postgame show as it is, 9:33, so a little less than half an hour. So send them in your scores and the accounts of the game that you were at this evening. You can call them up in the studio at 423-8101 and 1-800-304-1015. And most importantly, it's time to thank you who took the time to watch and listen on Worthy Road Studios. We very much appreciate that. And don't forget, each week you can watch this game at USJ's Facebook page as well as WNWS.com, all courtesy of Worthy Road Studio. So one more time, your happy final from TCA, USJ 48 and Trinity Christian 48. Great night, everybody.